The Arabic announce
Why don't they
table.
have this Trekkie announce table where we just announce everything?
we're doing like tortured Star Trek comparisons.
Oh, not
for everything.
since Wolf 359 have I seen this much carnage.
Yes, exactly.
God damn it! There were people on that ship.
Hello and welcome back to Trexploration. This is Wrestle Trek on Trexploration. And today, joining me once again, we have the majestic Matt Mira.
Oh, I like it.
And superstar Steve Shives. How you guys doing?
I'm great. I want to be the first to wish both of you, as well as anyone in our audience, a happy Riyadh season.
Guys, I hate to break it to you. Technically, it is not Riyadh season.
Oh, God.
Oh, but they're in Riyadh, aren't they?
Yeah, I know, but their Riyadh season is supposed to be that 3 to 4 month period where you can live outside.
That's true.
Oh.
Yes, that's true. Well, and since you reminded me of that, I'm glad because I have not yet sent out my Riyadh season cards. I got them. I got the cards, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a picture of a soccer stadium built with slave labor on the.
This might sound embarrassing, but we still have our Riyadh season tree up.
Oh, I got.
I'm relieved. I haven't done my Riyadh shopping yet.
Last year, I got my Riyadh season wrapping paper for my presents.
Uh-huh.
It's beautiful. It's severed heads. The pattern.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I got a nice blood-soaked tissue paper with the blood of journalists.
Oh,
who disagree with you. It's it's crazy.
Festive.
It's something to celebrate. It
Really
is.
went for it.
And celebrate they did with Night of Champions.
Yes, they did.
2026, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's always kind of weird that they're there, right? Or is it me?
No,
In what sense?
It should be. It should be. I feel like it's not as weird as it should be because they're like, we're going to keep doing it. We don't care.
Yeah.
No. I mean, eventually the sports will wash those stains right out.
Exactly.
It takes a little bit of time. The stain fades over a while, then you forget what even was that? Was it grape juice?
Why were we so mad?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
So how does that happen? The king of the kingdom, or I don't even know how that works, but I'm guessing there's a king if there's a kingdom.
There's a king.
Just likes wrestling and was like, let's do that. Let's spend all our money on that.
They
got more money than anybody, right?
I think, at first it was like, who has literally no standards and will accept our money?
Mm-hmm.
The list at first was not long.
No.
I bet we could get some wrestling, somebody said.
Yeah. Vince popped his head up and said, money?
We could go to Carney's.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't anybody, don't these guys, because all of their money comes from oil.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's told them, but that's a non-renewable resource. Shouldn't somebody be telling, look, I know you guys are flush right now. You really need to be saving this money. This is not going to last forever.
Yeah.
I think they're just convinced that there's so many more dead dinosaurs to find.
I
They're
guess.
just like, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Well, because dinosaurs loved Riyadh season, if you remember.
It's true. When it was Pangea, the supercontinent.
They said, let's
Riyadh
all die. Let's
here.
all die here so that in millions of years, the people that live here will be able to sell our liquefied remains for fuel. And they'll be able to hold the world's most fantastic sports and entertainment festivals.
I like that we're all, grappling with the guilt of consuming this.
Well, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the history and
I
the
flew
origin
to
of the season.
Scotland this morning to watch it on my Netflix account.
Oh.
And it was worth the trip. Got back recently. Good. I'm glad
Nice.
you guys waited for me to record.
You got to commute. That's a flight.
You took the last
LA
remaining Concorde.
The LA to Scotland it's a rough commute.
Is it a
I had
direct
to
flight?
watch it on
Do they have
ESPN.
do they have a direct LA to Scotland flight? That's
You
amazing.
can get direct to Glasgow. Yeah, it's pretty
That's
cool.
amazing.
For Matt, they do. I watched it on ESPN, and for some reason, all my commercials were in Spanish. I don't know if my settings are off. I don't know how that works.
They're really pushing AAA, aren't they?
I don't know, but okay.
Yeah.
So
Night of Champions.
tonight,
Here we
Night of
go.
Champions. Now, this used to be King of the Ring, but they got rid of that. What, 2002, 12, something like that?
It's been a while since they had a show that was just for King of the Ring. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of relegated it to TV for a while, right?
Yeah. And then they didn't do it at all for a few years.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because then like once they figured Money in the Bank could replace the fun of a King of the Ring, you know, they decided, let's
Yeah.
go
Are they
with.
still doing Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be happening in
So we got
September, I think.
There's like
Or
20
October.
different ways that people can earn title shots now. Like there's nothing is remotely special. I won the Royal Rumble, I get a title shot. I won the
The
Money in the
whole-
Bank match, I
King
get
of
a
the
title
Ring.
shot.
You
I won the
shouldn't
coin
be
flip.
allowed to wrestle in this tournament if you are currently wearing a belt.
That was weird, right?
Yeah.
Liv
It
Morgan's
was-
already the champion.
It was so dumb
And they didn't
on
explain
many
it.
levels.
They didn't explain
No.
it. They just said, "Oh yeah, I guess what she just got in line before whoever would have been in there instead. She just jumped in. I'll do it."
And I was like, well, what if it's like, are they going to do a thing where she goes for both belts? Like, that'd be kind of interesting. if
I
they
saw
did
some
that.
clips that she was talking about that. Yeah, she wanted
Yeah.
both of them. So,
But
that-
I
that
also,
would-
I was like, I will say, my whole, this I found to be one of the more predictable cards I've ever watched. Like, no outcome of any of the matches was surprising.
Yeah.
I thought Oba Femi was going to lose because I thought there'd be outside interference from Brock Lesnar.
Well,
That's
you
what I
see,
thought.
what was surprising about that was that WWE didn't do the thing we all thought they were going to do, which was the bad thing.
Right. When there was a clean finish, I was like, oh, okay.
That was the shock and surprise to all of us. It
Yeah.
was like,
I
oh,
was just waiting for the
good
run
for them. Good
They
for them.
actually had the new guy go over clean and look good.
Oh,
How
to
about
the
that?
winded guy.
They saved all the run-ins for the women's match.
Mm.
Were they run-ins or were they just there the whole time?
There was a crawl in. There was a run in. There was I believe, a transport in. I believe Charlotte Flair was beamed down.
I did
He was
hear a
just
beeping
there.
sound. Yeah.
I mean, what I want to just once, I would love
Yeah.
for there to be the finish of a match where the match ends and then someone crawls out from under the ring. Who was there, who didn't get to do anything, but they were there just in case the spot came up. So like, oh, I guess it's over. All right, never mind. I thought maybe I'd have to do something.
Leave that to Chelsea Green. I think she
Yeah.
will
Oh,
do
that
that.
would be
Like,
perfect.
she'll
That's a
see
great
the
idea.
humor
Like,
in that.
she's
There's
watching.
like a roll up and a 3 count, and then like
Yeah.
Chelsea crawls out like, seriously? I didn't.
Or
even
she
do it?"
comes out in the middle of the men's triple threat, like she got it wrong.
It's the next match already.
Yeah. I was down there too long.
I'm sorry.
It was
I
too
should have a
long.
monitor back there down there.
I
or
fell
something.
asleep.
Yeah.
It's comfy and cozy down there.
That's what I hear. That's what Hornswoggle says. So, all right,
All right.
first match. Oba Femi
Yeah.
defeated Jey Uso.
Yes.
I really thought Jey was going to win it. I saw that interview, and he seemed to convince me anyway
Mhm.
that he was going to win it. I was wrong.
I mean, I kind of thought what you just said, Albie. I thought that Jay was going to win because Brock was going to show up and Oba.
Yeah.
Since that did not happen, I am glad that Oba won. If anything, my only complaint is that I feel like knowing that Jay was going to lose, I feel like they gave Jay a little too much. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
Oba was going to win, Oba should have just crushed him.
I agree with that.
You know,
I entirely agree with that. I think there's like a fine line between trying to keep somebody strong and making them too strong, which I think is where you end up with Jey Uso in this particular case, because you're talking about this, like, it took Brock Lesnar, like,
that's true.
I mean, it took Brock Lesnar. First of all, Brock lost, and then
Yeah.
it took him every F5 we've ever seen in the world and
Yeah.
the announce table to finally put him down. And when he brought him back in from the announce table, he got up. Like, I mean, it was like insane.
Yeah.
And then you're telling me that a winded Jey Uso can, like, oh my God, he missed some kicks. He really, like,
He got his yeet on, though.
he did. He got his yeet on, and believe it or not, he ran it back.
I was shocked. I thought
Some
is he going to run it back again?
some of the people in the crowd were enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the crowd, I feel like, didn't care about anything until the main event.
Well, it was hard to get a read on them, and I can never tell if it's just not coming across on TV or if they really are being quiet. Because, like in the next match we're going to talk about in the Queen of the Ring match, when Io came out, they sounded like they were just dead. Like they weren't giving her anything. And I don't know if that was just because, it just didn't come through, or if they were being, because during the match, they seemed to get into her. But when she came out and did her entrance and she was doing her, waving her arms and trying to get them up, it seemed like they were just sitting on their hands. And I was like, Jesus, do they not like Io Sky?
No,
but then later in the match, it seemed like they were fine.
I don't think they like women. I've read that in some places. They can't drive 55
I was surprised
or
there was
below.
a female referee.
But listen,
they replaced the ring announcer, I think. Right?
If WWE keeps holding women's matches there, eventually that will all change.
they're already not in baggy t-shirts. That's progress, right?
That is progress. Yep. They now get they each get their own wetsuit.
And Liv gets to come out to her absolutely filthy new entrance theme in this.
There's some moaning in that.
In this sexually repressed, misogynistic society. I'm like, this is progress, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I guess if they can learn something from us, let it be
They're full bodysuits, but they're like getting more risque, I think, every time. Like the illusion of seeing something might be there lately.
I was confused by a lot of what was happening in the in that. Well, all right, we'll get to that match in a second.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I jumped us ahead, but
no, that's okay. The Oba and Jay Uso match. It went too long. He should have been crushed. It should have been a squash match. If you're gonna let him win, let him win.
Yeah.
The clean finish was surprising. But it also, I don't think it was nearly dominant enough. And I don't even think the finish was interesting enough.
I think
it wasn't like an explosive finish. I wanted I don't know what I wanted, but it wasn't that.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted, like I said, if they know the finish is Oba wins, then Oba should just go out there and run him over, and dominate and have everybody thinking, holy, what an awesome wrestler Oba Femi is. Not what a hard fought match and good for Oba for winning. It should have been like, no, he murdered that guy.
I would have liked Oba pulling him up from 2 counts.
Oh man.
And going again. Yeah. And he runs it back. But what he does is
yes, that would have been great because they did the run back thing, was it on SmackDown? Or Raw, where Oba tried to stop him. Like Oba said, if you're thinking of running it back, you better not. And then Jay did it anyway, right in his face. Yeah. So have Oba let me run that back and powerbomb your ass
pull
again.
Him up, do the run back, do the same
that
move
would have been great. That
would have been, and bloody him up and really get the ire of Roman so that you have some sort of Roman, and Oba thing going into SummerSlam. I mean, I guess do you guys think they're going to shortcut it and go straight to, I don't think they're going to do Roman and Seth that early. I think they're going to push that to Mania.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. But I agree. One of the one thing that I feel like has been a little bit missing from Oba is I do wish he was a little more brutal. You know, I do wish when he's in the ring, because the fans are with him, the people are with him because he's dominant. And, have him some people up. I mean, have him be a little, smack a guy around, talk somebody, who do you think you are getting in the ring with me? What do you think's going to happen here? That kind of thing. And doing that to Jay, assuming that, at some point that they're going with Oba versus Roman. I mean, that would have been great. And also I was thinking as I was watching the match, I have nothing against Jey Uso, but it is starting to become obvious that the appeal of Jey Uso's singles run last year was, is he going to win the title? Can he do it? And once he did it, it was all right, we're done. There's not a lot of appeal to him as an ongoing main eventer. It was more can he fight up and win the big one and prove himself? And he did. And now it's okay, cool. You can go back to tagging with your brother now,
Yeah.
It's Do you think that Jimmy, Jay, and Roman have the same dentist that gave them all the same teeth? Do you think there's like a Samoan dentist that like
There
gets
must
everybody in there?
The discount, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like just one branch off the family tree. And there's like a family tree.
Like Rikishi's second cousin.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, probably. Yeah, there's like they get a deal. You know, they have the.
It's insane. For the life of me, I always like I was like Roman Reigns is wearing a crazy white mouth guard. I thought this for the longest time, and then I was like, no. That's what he chose for. He chose that for teeth.
He was
That's
like,
what he chose to be his teeth.
Give me the whitest teeth you've got,
and make them bigger.
Bigger. I'm getting used to it. I did like Jay and Oba, and I think they did a good job because I actually believe for a few seconds here and there that Jay could win. It felt it, but.
Well, yeah, the way the match was booked from the beginning, it was like, oh god,
Jay might win.
Yeah. But I was expecting the run-in, but when I didn't get it, and they were like going back and forth, I was like, my brain was like, okay, I'm recalibrating, suspending disbelief in a different way, because if the only person that can beat him is Brock Lesnar and he's leaving, what are you going to do with him other than just squash everybody for the next decade? So I was like, okay, this is the fight at the end of the film. And I'm watching the supervillain and the superhero, or two superheroes, fight each other. So I'm just going, okay, well, the powers are different in this film than the last film.
Sure.
So I should enjoy this story and not worry about the other story. Yeah. So that's where my head was at.
It's before Tony dealt with the icing problem.
I had to do mental gymnastics, but I enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, if my only complaint is that Oba wasn't more dominant, but I was. I was definitely happy with the result. Yeah.
But the idea of I'm now like married to the idea of Oba brutalizing the bloodline one by one.
I would love that
as he works his way.
I would love that because they're heels anyway.
Yes.
I mean, everybody cheers for everybody, so you can't go by that anymore. Like the fans will literally cheer for everybody, but the bloodline are heels. They act like heels. They talk like heels. Roman is such a heel. He's a huge asshole.
Here's my pitch. Ready? Here's my pitch. KO comes back. Kevin Owens comes back and coaches Oba Femi. And is like, here's what you need to understand about these people, Oba. Here's how bad they are. And he's got like, I want him having flow charts of how the bloodline was and which of the bloodline members he needs to take out in what order. And like, he can't get back in the ring yet, but like, I love it. Like, give me Kevin Owens and Oba Femi. That is the pairing that we have needed since Jericho and KO. Like, that's the next logical pairing to me.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
All right.
I think he might come back soon now that, we'll talk about that later.
They've been mentioning him. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of Sami Zayn tie in there.
Yeah.
He was trying to sell tickets to Canadian Raw or whatever. Did you see that? I saw I got like a short and it was KO in his car trying to sell tickets to a Canadian date. And I was like, oh man, they got to pull you out of this.
Yeah. Love him. Love his energy. So before the next match, which was Queen of the Ring, which I was surprised that they went King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring right away, like the curtain jerkers.
Well,
but
they wanted it on
before
ESPN.
That match, that's why.
First hour on ESPN.
And also the flaming cage lowering like so soon, but that was to get people to switch over to the app, I guess.
Boy, were they?
I was worried that the cage was going to be like really hot. Like,
I was
right.
I was like,
if it burns,
are they using zip ties? Those are going to melt. People are going to die.
What are we doing?
So before the Queen of the Ring, when Liv Morgan was coming out, she was facing Io Sky. We get the Danhausen segment. Thoughts?
Danhausen in Saudi Arabia.
Hello, Saudi Arabia.
There's such a disconnect in my brain of like that particular sense of humor.
Yes.
Of Danhausen and that particular region of the world where I'm just like, what is it? Do they find it funny? I couldn't figure out like if that was, I couldn't figure out how much of that crowd was real and how much of it was juiced up audio. I don't know if you guys have seen the last event they did in Saudi Arabia, the Royal Rumble, this past Royal Rumble, they was watching one of the maybe it was Wrestle Me, which I think is actually my favorite wrestling review channel. It's these two British guys. Guess what? It's wrestling is obviously two British guys. And they're discussing the Royal Rumble, and they pulled up the waveform of each appearance of everybody as they were being shown coming into the stadium, and it was the exact same waveform. The crowd, like it was the exact same crowd noise.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, so they're pumping that in. Then I was like listening for it tonight, and I heard it a couple times. I heard the same exact crowd noise being piped in.
It's like the Wilhelm scream or something.
Yes. Yeah. And I just was like, so what is it? What is the real? I want to know what the real, and the announcer mics were just like crazy.
Michael Cole's mic was terrible tonight. I noticed.
Oh,
His soup was really hot. It was.
They were hitting the red constantly.
Yeah.
I was texting Matt. I was like, somebody like a local's working the soundboard. Something's not going right. Probably a woman works the soundboard normally, but they couldn't have her there.
You're going to stay home for obvious reasons.
Oh, and that one sound guy that was trying to get Michael Cole's mic back on, he got flattened by a table, I think.
I saw that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. When
he's like, I'm just trying to hook up the mics.
It was
when I saw Cody pulling the cable, I was like, oh no, that's the preamp.
It made it more realistic.
Exactly.
So I didn't mind it.
Anyway, Danhausen owes the Judgment Day some money.
Yeah,
Yes.
the thing that I thought, which turned out to be true, is, they just gave away the finish.
Right.
Yes.
Because he cursed her, and they treat Danhausen's curses as though they're real. So it's like, well, she's like, she's not winning.
Problem.
Hang on, Steve. What do you mean as though they're real?
Oh, sorry. His curses are genuinely real. I mean, the Knicks won the NBA title.
Exactly. Once he cursed Liv Morgan, I knew she was going to lose because they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of rigging all those NBA games if they were just going to waste the curse on Liv Morgan.
They'll kill any finish on the roster. They're not going to kill Danhausen's curse.
What if this was all a Fanatics ploy? Like Fanatics was like, we sell so many of these Danhausen t-shirts and we run the numbers and we are going to sell so many more Knicks than Spurs t-shirts. So what we're going to do
that's synergy, man. That's how it works.
To an arrangement. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm still a little amazed at how well the Danhausen thing is working in WWE, and how well it's working for me personally, because I mean, I love Danhausen. I'm so happy for him. I'm so glad that he's having this run and he's being so successful. But the way his little skits appear in the context of the show, I shouldn't like it because it's completely different. The logic is completely gone. It's like, so what? There are people just setting up his lab in a different room in a different arena every week. Like, it makes no sense.
I assume it's the women that came out of the box with him.
Probably.
Oh, it might be.
They're setting up.
Set up Danhausen's lab in that room over there. Make it look just like last time.
He should have some kind of Igor, right?
Yeah. But because it's sort of tongue in cheek, and because he's kind of like, he's very committed to it, but also you can sort of tell like he knows that he's kind of assing off, it works. Like, it works. It just, sometimes it's hard to explain, but it just works. It works because of him, and it works because he's funny, and it works because, amazingly, it seems like they're letting him do what he wants to do. And
as long as the money's coming in, don't touch it, right?
And the thing with The Miz,
I love that.
Me too, and I should hate it.
Right.
I'm like, why do I like this? This is so dumb. But like, The Miz is completely committed to being like a zombie version of himself.
Do you know what I think? I think it's really the people of Riyadh recognize in Danhausen, his catchphrase should be Saudi Arabia's catchphrase.
Very nice. Very perfect. Yes.
Very nice. Very evil.
That's
very
us.
nice.
We are
It's like,
we are so nice.
They
But if you
identify.
look behind the curtain, your blood will turn to ice like so quick.
we'll curse you too.
If you find out, if you focused on the kind of shit we do when people are looking, oh my God. But as long as you're here, as long as you're our guests, we're the best people in the world.
I was pleased to see him. I didn't think we would see him. Like, politically, it's got to be rough for workers to go over there. But like that payday had to been huge just to go out there and get slapped by Liv Morgan.
I mean, I'm at the point where they have successfully washed over me, and I'm like, go get your money, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. If people are getting paid, I guess you might as well get it, Like, I mean,
so
it's like
bad, but
that is, I agree. It is, but at the same time, that is kind of a valid way to look at it, because it's like, okay, if Danhausen, let's just say, if Danhausen doesn't take that payday, does it just go in like Nick Khan's pocket? Does it just go in Harry Shapiro's pocket? Like what corporate scumbag is going to keep the money if one of the talent doesn't get it? So,
it's hard. I do a lot of mental gymnastics.
Yeah.
Here.
Me
I
too.
was slightly scared for him because, they have so many traditions. They're not weird. They're just different in many ways. Like women can't go shirtless here. So, women can't go armless there or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I was putting myself in like Danhausen's
they can
place.
go armless.
I didn't know what to call it. Sleeveless.
There we go.
But I was worried he was coming out in the makeup, and oh my goodness, is he going to offend something that their traditions don't like or something? And he felt like that too. I felt like he was like, get in, get out, get in, get out.
Yeah. Well,
I think he just wanted to get in and get out, which I understand.
And the other thing is, like, and I've always been curious about this, and you can't tell because the shows are so packaged. Like, how many of at these Saudi shows, how many of the people in the audience are just like regular people? And how many of them are like, one of the oligarchs or family of one of those, you know what I mean? Like,
I think there's a dress code. That's how you tell the difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, like meaning like they're in the traditional white.
Yeah, their suit versus just the kids in the t-shirts. But
they're in the Sami
Zayn
outfit.
Not a lot of WWE t-shirts in the crowd. It's weird. Sometimes there are, sometimes there aren't. I didn't see any this time. They had glow sticks and they were eating pretty hard. See, I had an opposite reaction when I was listening to this show. I had my headphones on, hooked up to my surround sound, and had it blaring, and the crowd seemed really hot in my ears.
Okay.
So. But it might have been piped in, so I got to go back. Send me a link, Matt.
Happily, I will.
Okay. Liv Morgan was cursed. And, I watched Liv Morgan come out, and you know how they say, if you're going to lose the match or lose the belt, don't look like you're crying the whole time, and you can kind of tell. And that's what I was getting from her. I was getting from her that she was going to lose the belt, even though I knew it wasn't for the belt. Or maybe
they told her it was.
or maybe she was having like, real life situations that the show must go on. But then later on, when the commentators were talking about she was worried about the curse, I was like, oh, she was just acting very well.
Cursed. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I missed that part. Like I knew she was cursed, but I missed she was really emotionally getting worried during the match about that curse.
I think it must have been a pretty good match, because by the time it got fairly deep into it, I had forgotten about the curse. And when she started working EO's leg and putting her in those Boston crabs and half crabs, like I would have believed it if that was the finish, because EO sold her leg so hard, and I completely forgot that Liv had been cursed, and I was like, I think she's going to win. And then, she didn't. But so, I mean, they had me going there for a little bit.
Yeah. I think rather than the curse thing being the main impetus for me not thinking that Liv was going to go over was just the literal logic of like, is it interesting to have a title shot if you have the title?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
And Rhea's injured.
Yeah.
And then I also thought I had heard Liv was injured recently, but she seems to be fine. She put on a great match, and but I was just like, it was very weird because they kept restating that whoever wins the match gets a title shot.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was like, does she say I wanted the title shot with me? And
Well,
she gets the main event.
that's what I thought.
It's just her and she wins.
That's what I thought, because she's a heel, and she's specifically she's kind of a weaselly sort of scumbag heel.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that's where they were going. Like, she entered the tournament with the intention of, I'll win the tournament, and then I'll just say, well, I won. I'm choosing myself. I'm not going to wrestle anybody. I'm taking the month off. And then, like, Adam Pearce would have to intervene and force her to wrestle somebody. I kind of thought that's what they, if she was going to win. I mean, obviously she didn't, but like,
I thought she might hold 2 belts for a while, but once Dirty Dom got out of the King of the Ring, I didn't think that's where they were going. But for a second, I thought they might be going there with King and Queen.
Are you guys into the idea of another EO Liv match at SummerSlam?
I'll tell you what, I like the way that they're getting there, because it feels very old school wrestling to me. The idea of the challenger beats the champion in a tournament. It feels very Japan. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like something they would do in, like, the upcoming babyface beats the champion in, like, the finals of, the G1 or the Champions Carnival or something, and then that leads to the rematch for the title. It feels very old school wrestling, so I like that part of it. But I mean, as much as I like EO, I'm not, like, super excited about EO having another title run.
Right.
So I'm maybe I'm hoping that Liv beats her. I don't know.
I really like EO, but her work in the ring is very similar every match. She might be amazing on the stick, but just not, in English. So they don't really do too much with her talking. So that was one of the reasons I didn't think she would win Queen of the Ring, because she can't, like, play it up. She's not going to come out with a scepter and a robe and tell everybody that she's the queen and stuff like that. I'd love to see them make her do it.
I was genuinely sad that when Oba won, he didn't put the crown on, especially that last shot of him, because he's holding the crown. I'm like, put the crown on.
Put it on your head, man. Yeah.
That was definitely directed. He was directed to do that because of the whole silhouette thing. So.
Yeah. It was great. The silhouette would have had the crown in it. I'm telling you. It would have worked out fine, Albie.
It doesn't have a chin strap, so you ran the risk of it falling off of him, maybe. I don't know.
Especially if you don't want standing in place like that.
You don't want the crown falling off his head on his big moment.
No, so...
Then it shatters as we discover it's made of candy.
Was there anything in the Io Sky Liv Morgan match that stood out to you?
I really liked the way they worked Io's leg when they got to that point. I thought that really, because again, I like stuff like that. To me, that's wrestling.
That was good selling too, because like when she first heard it on the stairs, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to buy this injury. But then as she kept selling it throughout, and then kept remembering to switch knees when she was climbing the ropes. I was like, oh, okay, she's doing a really great job of selling it. Granted, it went away immediately when she won the match and was standing there. But I think she did a great job. I think it was a good match.
And they really worked that half crab really good, too. I like that. Because, I would have bought if that was the finish. If she would have finally tapped out at that, I would have bought that. And, so I thought they really worked out very well.
And remind me to talk about Liv Morgan on the post show when we get to the post show segment, because I'm curious where that goes from there.
Okay. I like that they called the Lion Tamer. I like that they mentioned the Lion Tamer. Chris Jericho's.
I like when the stuff gets called what it is. Then we're switching from ESPN to ESPN app, or from Scotland to England.
I was in
probably?
Scotland, so it was great.
Matt watched the whole thing in Scotland. Yeah,
they just stayed in Glasgow.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would have went outside.
I hear it's a beautiful city. I've never been.
Yeah, it is. God, it's my kind of weather, you guys. Although it's a heat wave right now.
The steel cage lowers.
Yes.
There's flames everywhere. It's going to be Seth freaking Rollins and Braun Breaker, the cage match. Let's talk about it.
Hang on. I just want to say for the record, Glasgow has like literally my favorite weather ever. It's 63 degrees and a little rainy.
Oh, that sounds nice.
63 and a little rainy. You give that to me every day of the week, and I am a happy boy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hate this sweltering heat that I have where I am. So
move to Glasgow is the.
I'm thinking about it. I need to move somewhere where insulin is free. That's where I need to move.
Well,
so
there
most
you go.
countries.
So anywhere else, pretty much.
Anywhere else but
most
here,
of
yes.
the rest of the
That's
world
weird.
is your,
Yes, most of
is
the
your
rest of the
choice.
world.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out how to get it done.
Yeah.
You got to get one of those McCoy pills that'll grow you a new
A new
kidney,
pancreas.
but instead of a kidney, it's a pancreas.
Pancreas. I'm sure the pill grows everything. That'd be
It's
great.
not gave me a new pill and I grew a new kidney. That's my favorite performance in that movie.
Yes.
In Star Trek 4, my favorite performance is old lady who gets a new kidney.
I pop for it every time.
And the nurse go like, "Lady, sit down, old woman."
And then there's a callback, right? Like at the end of the scene.
Well, yeah,
like she-
because
that's
that's,
where she's-
that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
she's
yeah, he gives her-
regaling.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
gives her he's like, "Here, take this." He just happens to have a kidney regrowth pill in his bag.
Look,
As you
if
do.
you were McCoy, you'd have that too.
I
That's
love
because
it.
he doesn't
I
like
love-
to urinate, so his kidneys go bad all the time. So he carries them with him.
If you were on a 20-year crew that had Scotty on it, you know a kidney's gonna eventually
He's
get
got
needed.
he's got kidney regrowth
Liver?
pills. He's got liver regrowth pills.
We're good to go.
They're drinking a lot of stuff that's
Yeah.
green.
This will fix your
Antifreeze, it
stomach
doesn't
lining.
matter as long as it's green.
Yeah.
It's bad for you.
If I did not know I was doing this show today and I was going to have to review this match with you guys, I would have skipped this match because I hate matches like this. And as soon as I saw them get to the cage and start
Oh my
throwing
God.
into the cage, they start throwing chairs and kendo sticks in the cage. I'm like, God, I want to skip this match so much. I hate this. And I didn't like the match. I watched it and I didn't like it. It is, I checked the times. It is the longest match on the show. It felt like it was even longer than it was. It's supposedly the blow off to a blood feud. They don't seem like they're ever actually mad at each other. They're just cooperating, going from obviously contrived spot to spot. I'm like, why aren't they
mutual
fighting?
angry respect?
Yes, exactly. I'm like, why aren't they fighting? Why aren't they trying to hurt each other? Why don't they look like they're mad at each other at all? I just didn't like it. And also again, talking about telegraphing the finish. In the last one, it was, Danhausen cursed her, so she's definitely losing. And this one, it's like, well, that can't be the finish. There's still a table in the corner they haven't broken yet.
Sure.
The match can't be over yet. They haven't broken the table yet. So yeah, and the Breaker lost. So what
I think
That's a good analytic. Yeah.
I think Breaker lost because he had to lose, because you have to get Seth Rollins out of the Vision orbit.
Yeah, I know.
And you got to do it as quick as you can, because it is the Vision is so cursed, and not in the Danhausen sense, but actually snake bitten.
Yes, I agree.
That it you can't just have this guy, especially now that they're moving Punk over to SmackDown. They need that Seth and Roman thing needs to they need to start laying that track. So the fact that they kept saying this was the they essentially were saying it's a blow off.
They said they basically
yeah.
This is the blow off.
I was
everybody.
they're gonna let Seth win, because as Braun yelled at Seth, he is an old man.
Indeed.
So he can't be wasting too much time with this this Braun Breaker feud. He must move on to other things. God, I hope John Moxley's deal is up soon so that they can just
Wouldn't that be great?
get him back in.
I'd take a year of the Shield fighting, getting back together.
I would love to see John Moxley, not Dean Ambrose, back in the WWE in an environment where they don't let him do the death match which completely ruined him in AEW for me because when his AEW run first started, I was like, I loved it. I was like, this is great. And then he started doing the death match, and I'm like, oh, never mind. And it's like, and he really likes to do that, and I just hate it. And I'm like, oh, okay, forget it. But you know, there's a good wrestler inside of him. You know, that I've seen. Like he's capable of being really good, and I'm just like, you know, if we can get him into an environment where somebody will say no, like nobody's gonna stick any screwdrivers in your eye or whatever you want to do, you sick, you know, like you're just gonna have a wrestling match, but it's gonna be awesome. Like I think, I would love to see that. I miss wrestler John Moxley.
You know? That's when I slowed down on watching AEW when like half of his back came off during a match or something. It was bad. Like a bed of nails or
and they
of nails.
They started
like when he's like so surprised by the meat skewers in his head.
What's going on?
What do you think's gonna happen?
Come on, man. What are we doing?
But he was
here?
always good. I always enjoyed him, even back in the FCW days.
Look, I was just really. I honestly, the fact that Eddie Kingston was able to save him from the exploding ring.
That's a true friend. That's a true friend.
It was
and
amazing.
Then he stayed on top of him just to make sure, extra sure that that no more explosions were coming. Yeah.
Oh my God, guys, I can only hope that one day you'll save me from an exploding ring. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
And if just don't move, just lay on me for like 5 minutes and don't move, just to make sure.
Oh,
love
God.
Seth Rollins. I always liked him even when he had like that blonde streak in his hair, just the whole time. So I look forward to his matches. Braun Breaker has always bored me. Like he's athletic, amazing, but I think I was like, his character is very boring. It's very much like his dad, I guess, and uncle. They're just like muscleheads, right? But I don't know if you saw Braun work out with Big E. Did you see that video?
No.
They just released it on WWE YouTube.
It got pushed to me and I did not click on it. Continue.
He's out of character, right? 180 degrees different person than you ever see on WWE TV, which obviously, but it surprised me. And like, I kind of felt like in that 10, 15 minutes, I got to know him and then I liked him. So I think that's why I did like this match, because I liked both people. But this was the first time I've actually liked Braun Breaker.
See, I'm the exact opposite of you, Albie. I love Braun. I have always been bored to death by Seth. I think he's a great wrestler. Like he's a really good worker, but I never give a f- about anything he's doing. And every time he has been like a world champion, I'm like, did they have no other options? Like there was nobody else they could put the belt on. But I mean, it's not. And the other thing, when I see him like in real life, he seems like a great guy. He seems like a great dude. I mean, I'm sure he's a good dude, and I don't wish him any, bad luck or anything. But just as a wrestler, I've always been like, can we just get somebody else?
I completely agree with you, Steve. There's something, and maybe it was it that Punk? It might have been that. When Punk first came back and started making fun of the way that Seth does promos with his laugh and his
when he's doing that Joker thing,
it drilled something into my head where I just was like, oh my God, I can't unsee this. And now I'm like, I was just like, I can't. So much like Steve, I appreciate him in the ring as a wrestler, but on the mic, on the entrance, I don't care. I don't want it. I don't need it.
I guess we're all different. Yeah, I love his attitude. I love his wardrobe. His entrance
I hate
stuff.
it.
He's always got something
I'm like,
new.
just wear normal clothes. What's wrong with you?
I hate it.
It's over the top. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Every one of them could be an action figure. I just love that.
I relate him, and I guess this is appropriate because I believe they're fairly close backstage, but I always relate him to Triple H because I felt the same way about Triple H during his career, where I'm like, I don't think this guy is bad, but I do not see the big deal. Like, I do not see what is supposed to be so great about this guy. It's not that he's bad. I'm not saying he shouldn't be on the show, but why is this the guy? I don't get it. And I felt the same way about Seth.
They both have prominent noses and do a pedigree.
I'm ashamed to admit this, but for the longest time, Triple H was my favorite wrestler.
I wish you were just like, but I am Triple H. And I was like, oh no,
you didn't even know.
I liked DX. I liked the character. I liked when he did all this stuff, the green lights, everything, all the water spitting, the music. I just bought it all. Lately, don't meet your heroes or don't find out more about your heroes.
Look, yeah, sure. I mean, what he does off the field, as it were.
Yes,
yeah,
really kind of influences my feelings now.
It's tough. Yeah.
But I feel like for a guy that like adopted the Iron Cross as his logo, and
it makes sense now. I was oblivious.
Yeah.
Decided that it would be really cool to come out with a bunch of Terminators.
Yeah.
Just like, okay.
And so, you know what? I think I need to beat Booker T at WrestleMania.
and Sting.
And Sting. First of all, let's give everybody the dream match they've always wanted. Sting versus Triple H.
Triple H?
And then let's have Triple H win. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Finally, Terra Ryzing is taking on Sting.
Look, wake up, kids. Sting's wrestling Triple H.
Did you fall asleep in 1994? Well, wake up because they're back, baby.
That hot youngster terrorizing. He's taking on the Stinger.
There was a time in my life when my favorite wrestler was Triple H. I listened to Michael Jackson and I would watch The Cosby Show, and I was oblivious to everything. So,
well, fair enough.
The Cosby Show was fantastic, and it was
and we didn't know.
Yeah,
no.
It was a very fun show.
You didn't know?
That was America.
That's funny. Live losing. Okay, and not too happy about it. Freaked out about it. The steel cage match.
Oh, we're starting the steel cage match discussion again?
We're going to start it again. No. United States Championship. Trick Williams.
Yes.
Defeated Ricky Saints. Now, I'm new to Ricky Saints. I've just seen him recently since I've started back in watching him and his stuff. He seems like he's better than I would think he would be at this point in his career.
Well, he's been around for a while.
Has he?
Yeah.
Maybe just new to me.
He's new to WWE, but he's been around for a while.
Okay. What's his history?
Well, I mean, he was on the Indies for forever, and then he was in AEW for a few years, and it felt like he just, like a lot of guys in AEW, it felt like he just couldn't get anything started. Like he would start to get hot and then he would just disappear for months and then he would come back and he would start to get hot again and then he was gone for more months. So it's like, and a lot, back when I was watching AEW, I don't watch it anymore. Back when that happened to a lot of people where it's like, oh, look at this guy. Don't you love him? Isn't he great? He's gone for 6 months. He's back. Remember this guy? Yeah. Danhausen. Exactly. But no, and then he, he got signed to WWE finally, and he was in NXT for about a year. His name, and I still think of him as Ricky Starks because his name was Ricky Starks.
That was his name. I was going to ask.
And then they changed it. They did the WWE thing, and they said, we're going to change his name. So now he's Ricky Saints. So
all his moves have to do with like National Treasure, Independence Day, something. What is that?
He's a huge...
The Saints are going marching in or something? I don't get it.
He's a
Yankee Doodle.
He's a huge Roland Emmerich fan, so he names all of his moves after. No, yeah, I mean, I like him. I liked this match. I really liked the finish of this match. The sort of out of nowhere, like Trick hits his finish and pins him. I thought that was fantastic because they don't do that very often. It's always like, he hits him with his finish and he kicks out and he hits him with his finish again and he kicks out and he hits him with his finish 5 more times. And then finally he pins him. Like, I like, oh, they did like a little do-si-do and somebody ducked and hit the ropes and he hit him with his finish and he beat him. All right. So I like that. I felt like the match itself kind of took a little while to get going. I did like it was a little, I feel like they do the Eddie Guerrero spot a little too often. Where the heel fakes getting hit by something to fake out the ref. Like, I feel like, I think Eddie only did that 2 or 3 times and now like everybody does it, but
it works. The referees are stupid. Trust me. I know.
I never saw nothing.
I don't see anything, hear anything. Yep.
But I thought it was good. It was one of my favorite matches of the night. Mostly because I just thought that finish worked really well. And I like both guys a lot. So yeah, it was fine. And I'm okay with Trick winning. I think Trick should, shouldn't be losing.
He's doing
for
great.
a while. Yeah.
I felt people's elbow at the end was a little too much. I was having flashbacks from
what did they call
WrestleMania.
it? What did he call it?
The people's elbow or the
yacht. It was like the yacht.
The yacht drop or something. I think Cole called it like the yacht drop, and
there was two different names.
Corey
but they couldn't figure out which one.
The people's elboat. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it was Lil Yachty. So
I like it. I like it. I'm seeing yacht drop win right now. Oh wait, no wait. Oh guys, it's both. It's the people's elbow and the yacht drop. Who knew?
Is there a poll somewhere on this?
I just clicked on a Facebook page that.
Okay.
That did in fact have a poll going.
What should they call? Because apparently he's going to do it more now.
Oh my god!
The manager's going to hit the people's elbow as like a regular thing now.
Give me a good heel manager, and I think that Liotti is a good heel manager.
I agree.
I think he's really great.
I think he's great
hype man. And I think it's one of those things where like this match felt very old to me in a good way.
Yeah.
It felt like a very pure wrestling match. And maybe it's because it was wiping the taste of the steel cage kendo chairs of doom out of my face. But like, I was really appreciative of the fact that it was like two very athletic middle-aged men fighting. I mean, I say middle-aged, they're 30.
I think they're in their
30s.
Yeah.
But like they're the young up and comers here in the WWE, and I felt like it was too soon to take the belt off of Trick.
Yes.
But I also thought, oh, maybe they will, just so they can have Trick go up a stage, know, go to the upper mid card for the IC title or something, just to like, hey, you know what, you've done great. Why don't you go away from us in the mid card?
Time to move on, Trick.
The people's elbow is over. You can go.
Little Yachty. So he's a heel manager, but Trick's not really a heel. He acts like a heel, but people love him, right?
Yeah.
They cheer for everything now. That's
true.
Fans
That makes
cheer
it so
for
confusing.
everything. Yeah.
But when the heel manager like beats on the other guy, which I think Ricky Saints is a heel too.
I think he is. Yes, he
seems like it.
I think the intended alignment is that Trick and Yachty are the baby faces and Ricky Saints is the heel. But as you point out, Yachty is a heel manager, and a lot of the way and a lot of what Trick does is also pretty heelish.
Yeah,
but they're the baby faces.
So look, it's just weird to see like a heel manager take advantage of the other wrestler without the other wrestler getting him back for it. But there's no baby face in the match, so I don't know how that works.
Yeah. Maybe they'll I was about to pitch that they do a weasel suit match where if Ricky Saints wins, then Yachty has to wear the weasel suit. But I don't think that would work because he's already worn a gingerbread man costume.
Gingerbread suit,
how would the weasel suit humiliate him?
Weasel suit was burned in my brain. Before that, I didn't know Bobby Heenan was a wrestler before he was a manager. Because I was young.
And a really good wrestler, too. Yeah.
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 I mean, the way he sells coming to in the weasel suit is incredible.
And it's his worst nightmare.
Brains, right?
Like it's his worst nightmare. Like, what have you done to me?
Like, oh, God, the Ultimate Warrior and Bobby.
The whole being asleep while you get a fluffy suit put on or your haircut, all those things.
Well, he knocked that boy out. He's not waking up while they put this suit on him at all.
Nope. It's put the snake on you. Yeah, you got to be asleep for.
You got to be completely knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Snake, Jake the Snake, they've been hyping up this 30-year anniversary of King of the Ring, where Stone Cold becomes Stone Cold and says Austin 316. So, what do you think about that? 30 years ago, is that crazy or what?
God, we're all going to be dead so soon.
Yes, so soon.
I mean, that's really all I guess that reminds me of is the fact that I'm very old.
Yeah. And
I know,
yet,
where did those 30 years go?
and yet somehow Steve Austin looks exactly the same. I guess that's what happens when you shave your head.
Look.
You're like in your 30s.
It's the Steve Martin thing.
That's
he looks
true,
the same because he was silver.
If you look like you're in your 70s
Yeah.
when you're in your 20s,
Steve Martin was in his 70s in the 70s.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
He's a vampire. That's my leading
No, I mean,
theory.
it's Austin. I think you can make a case that that's the most important tournament win in the history of professional wrestling. Like, I mean, it catapulted it. He was already kind of on his way to being the number one guy. Like, he was on the rise anyway, but that was sort of cutting that promo and saying Austin 316, I think, was what, people heard that and they were like, oh, okay, we can.
Especially coming off Mabel's win the previous year.
Yeah. Well, and it just, it was the start of that turning of the fan base where, that we're in the middle of now still, where they cheer for people they like and they don't care if the person is a babyface or a heel, because they cheered for Steve Austin, even though Jake the Snake was the sympathetic babyface, because he was like the inspirational comeback story, the grizzled old veteran who was trying to have one last run. And then Steve Austin beat him like a dog and pinned him and then talked about him after he beat him, like the least babyface thing you can ever do. The valiant hero went down fighting and Austin was like, yeah, you. Why were you even in the ring with me, you old bastard? Get out of here. Like, and the fans were like, yeah, because it was good. That's the thing. Like, they started to be that changeover where the fans were like, yeah, he's a heel, but he's really good. I think I'm going to cheer for him, and here we are 30 years later where they just cheer for everything.
Yeah. They're selling that t-shirt. You can pre-order the t-shirt right now of him and Doc Hendrickson / Michael P.S. Hayes at the King of the Ring in a black and white image. You can pre-order that shirt. Comes out in July, everybody.
Nice. Cool. 30th anniversary. That's crazy.
Use the WrestleTrek promo code. It'll get you nothing. It doesn't exist.
They won't accept it, but you could use it.
Well, actually, if you click, there's 80s tees, so I might put some wrestling shirts from 80s tees up here. They give a good commission.
Fanatics has to have an affiliate link somewhere. Fanatics, get us an affiliate link.
Send us a link.
You seem like good people.
Yeah, come on, quit around.
30 years, it seems like 15 to my brain.
I know, same here. I'm like, wasn't that like 5 years ago?
Anything before the year 2000 is about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
The last couple decades didn't happen really.
I did a short. I did one of my Stuffy and Friends videos where that was the joke. Where like we were talking about somebody referenced something that took place in the year 2000, and I said, yeah. So what? Like 10 years ago? and Stuffy says like it was actually like 25 years ago, and I just start to cry.
As you should.
Like that.
I think I saw that one. I like you, Steve, but I'm a really huge fan of Stuffy, so I try to watch.
He's
all
the funny one.
Stuff. Yeah, one of my recent Star Trek ones, I was saying 1989 about 25 years ago, and one of my listeners said, "No,
no, Granddad."
Oh my God! I mean, even the Star Trek stuff. Like, even when you're thinking, like, I think of season 4 as late period DS9, and then I'm like, no, it's literally 30 years, 1996.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But, in our defense, I mean, I think it's mostly that we're just old. But but in our defense, it is also, I think it's different now than it was when we were watching all this stuff originally, because thanks to streaming, now everything is available all the time. So the past is always the present. Like when we were watching wrestling in the 90s, like, unless you bought like a video or a DVD or something, like once you saw the show was over, whereas now it's like, oh, you want to watch the 1989 Great American Bash? We can just watch it. It's just there on YouTube. And so everything feels like it's everything is eternally present. So it doesn't feel like that long ago, whereas now, I mean, back then it it happened 5 years before felt like ancient history. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, they like on wrestling, they like reference stuff that happened 20 years ago. Like it was no big deal.
Right.
I think I saw a video. It's about the whole decades thing. Like while we were growing up, the 40s was definitely different than the 50s. That was definitely different than the 60s. That was definitely different from the 70s and 80s and 90s
Right.
were all specific time periods with different fashion. And now everything since 2000 has been kind of like a mash of everything. Like that's the fashion now. Whatever you want to wear.
Yeah.
Well, it's also there's weirdly for me, there's this period of time that was 2005 to 2015, which I think of as the best period of the internet. Right before the 2016 nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do say that the last great shared memory we all have on the internet was the Fire Festival.
Yeah.
We all got together and had a
Remember
good time
that
with
cheese sandwich that we all laughed at together?
Oh, it was
fun.
funny. Rich kids going there and being real sweaty. And then I was watching somehow my YouTube algorithm was like, hey, you want to watch some Djibouti Dubs videos from 2012 the other day? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I turned it on. And every other joke was horribly it wasn't funny, but there were it'd be one very funny joke followed by 3 horribly unfunny jokes.
Yeah.
And I just was like, why was this crack cocaine to my brain?
Yeah.
15 years ago. And now I'm I did laugh out loud at one of they were overdubbing a microwave omelet bowl commercial. And there was one line in there at the very beginning that was something about making omelets in a pan, and it was just that. And I just thought that for some reason it just tickled me.
Don't feel bad. I still occasionally will catch. I'll have a random synapse will fire, and I'll remember a joke from a bad lip reading video from 15 years ago, and I'll just I'll be laughing about it for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I rolled over that log, and underneath that log was a little stick, and I said, that log had a child. Night of Champions. There's so much more to talk about, and we'll be right back.
After these words from Fanatics.
Fanatics. Hopefully.
Use our promo code.
And we're back. Welcome back to Wrestle Trek on Trek-Sploration. I'm here with Steve Shives, superstar Steve Shives, and the majestic Matt Mira, and we're talking Night of Champions 2026. It was live today. That's today from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's complicated, right?
Yeah, well, a lot of it is complicated.
It's complicated in so many different ways, yes.
Geopolitically, not that complicated.
Actually, they just took a whole bunch of money to ignore a whole bunch of stuff.
You know what? And it worked. And it worked. Great
Everybody's
job, everybody.
happy now. Everybody's happy.
My thought lately is anything with money that can do anything is evil. And I used to think that was a silly notion, but it seems to be more and more true.
Well,
as I find out more.
Danhausen
I
has showed
think
us the
money's
truth of that.
very, very evil, but I would like some. So if anybody out there would like to give me sweet money.
Because
I feel as though
we won't use it for evil.
That's right.
Really good.
We'll use it for good things.
Oh
when the lady at the grocery store says, would you like to donate $5 for kids with cancer? I say, yes, of course.
I'll use the
I
money
always
for good.
do. I always do. You know what? I like to round it up. Right? Let me round it up.
Always rounding up. Everywhere rounds up.
Me too. Would you like to round up? Yeah, sure. What am I going to do with the 82 cents?
Yeah, that's the most confusing when I go to a thrift store like Goodwill or something, which they're problematic as well. But you buy DVDs and they're like, oh, you have 13 cents credit. Would you like to use it? Yes. That brings you up to $8.17. Would you like to round it up to 9? And you're like, I guess.
Hey, wait a minute. Is this a scam?
Right? Yeah.
You just got me to pay an extra $1 for this.
Yeah, by giving me 17 cents. It's confusing. They know what they're doing. I think they do. All right. We're talking Star Trek and wrestling. If you're in that Venn diagram, you are in the right place. We had just talked about Trick Williams defeating Ricky Saints to retain his belt. And now we're on to the Women's United States Championship match. Tiffany Stratton defeating Jade Cargill, and crew and company and the whole everybody was there. The chorus was there.
Oh boy.
Yes. The large Greek chorus was there in force.
Yes.
Well, if you're going to overbook any match, it's definitely this one. I mean, it's such an important match.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy a women's match. Jade Cargill, of course, she's like a superhero, and Tiffany Stratton, she's not my favorite, but I appreciate the work she does.
Well, I think about how hot Tiffany was at WrestleMania 2 years ago, and it was pure let's strap a rocket. She's the future of the women's division, and then they dropped the ball so badly with that. I mean, it was the whole run up with Charlotte and her was wildly, I don't even know how to describe it, a mess.
In a good way, in a car wreck kind of you want to watch the way.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that there was the one person on the roster that can get the best matches out of everybody, I think honestly, is Charlotte Flair. I think she's incredibly, I'm annoyed that I like her as a person now, thanks to Unreal. I watched Unreal and I was like, oh man,
change my opinion. Her and Braun Breaker.
She seems like a lovely person. That's a bummer that everybody.
I really wanted
her.
to hate her guts.
Yeah, I really disliked her. I genuinely disliked her because I thought I knew who she was. I was wrong.
Yeah, she's great. She's a great heel. That's the best kind of heel, the one that's not an asshole in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And is very insecure and wants to be liked. I'm like, I see you. I feel you.
Yes, that's all of us.
Yeah,
identify.
But Tiffy, I don't think it was an injury, right? What happened to her? What happened to her booking?
I'm not sure,
that made
but
her fall off the face of the earth.
She kind of fell off, and then because I mean, I like them both. I like Jade. I like Tiffany. Even though she was really hot as a babyface, I still kind of feel like Tiffany should be a heel. Just her personality and her gimmick, it's she should be a heel. She's a stuck-up pretty girl who thinks that she's awesome and she should be a heel. But whatever. I thought the match was all right. I mean, I wasn't a fan of the parade of the endless parade of run-ins. I get it because all of them have been kind of involved with each other leading up to this.
Right.
And I guess they felt well, we've got to do something with everybody because they've all been working together. But it's sure, let's just have them all run in one after the other.
I feel all of them were in the creative's ear going, what if we, because they just wanted to all have a trip together. They wanted to enjoy Riyadh season.
I want to go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, right. People are it's not that dangerous, is it?
Vegas is my favorite place just because of infrastructure. I'm fascinated by the fact that they put all this in a desert. So sign me up for Riyadh season, baby.
I want to see how this all works.
Show me your water filtration.
Yeah. Are these real buildings or is it just a movie set?
One of them looked pretty futuristic that they kept showing. That was pretty cool looking. Here's a thought. How they have the American announce table, the Spanish announce table,
the Arabic announce table.
Why don't they have this Trekkie announce table where we just announce everything?
we're doing tortured Star Trek comparisons.
Oh, not since Wolf 359 have I seen this much carnage.
Yes, exactly.
God damn it, there were people on that ship.
That ship is broken.
My God, it was a man's life.
Yeah, but that's what they need. They need the Trekkie track, and that's us.
Okay.
Looks like Austin just separated his saucer.
She fired her photon torpedoes.
His phaser is definitely not on stun. My God!
Oh my God!
He's gone stunner on him.
Stunner, guys!
The stunner.
It's right there.
Yeah,
he knows Kung Fu.
He kicks him in the gut and then he pulls a phaser out, and just shoots him right in the face.
Oh my God! Macho Man with his double axe handles would just fit right in.
Yeah. Oh my God! Perfect. Yes.
I was at Target the other day, and there was.
Did you get it? Did you get the action figure?
I didn't, but there was an end cap of Funko Pops on sale.
Yeah.
And I walked by it and I did a double take just to be sure that what I was seeing was reality. And it was marked down to $4.48. They had about 25 Raffi Mustakers from Picard.
Oh my
Really?
God.
I would pick that up to go with my 7 of 9.
Oh, they had that one too, also for
she needs a
$4.
first officer.
$4? Damn it. I think I paid like 19.
Yeah, see,
Look,
you should have
they
waited.
had Picard and Jack Crusher as well, all marked
wow.
down. And I was just like, what? Who ordered this for the store? Who said, you know what we need? The whole line of Picard Season 3 Funko Pops.
Matt, I'll send you my address because, as you know, Riyadh season is coming.
The traditional gift of a discounted
beginning
Funko
to
Pop.
look a lot like Riyadh.
Riyadh. I have way too many Funkos. I had to stop. They're everywhere. They're falling off of shelves and tables. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God! There's a giant Funko on Hollywood Boulevard, just an enormous Funko Pop. I've never been in it, but like,
Which one was it?
it's I don't know. It's like the flagship Funko Pop store.
Oh, like the original. Okay.
I think you
I
can
think I
go
saw
in
that
there
on the
and
Toys That Made Us or something.
I don't know.
No.
Look, there's a lot of nerd happening here, but some of it I'm just like I can't.
Yeah.
I
can't.
saw
I can't
the
do
giant
everything.
Jay and Silent Bob in the Red Bank comic book shop.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The secret stash. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got pictures of them. Pretty
nice.
cool. Nuts in there.
Funko Pop. I'm looking it up. The Funko Pop Hollywood. This is for anyone who wants to visit the Hollywood flagship store. Let me know.
Add this to your vacation itinerary when you visit beautiful Los Angeles.
I'm accepting all the cookies so I can tell you about it, everyone.
Okay.
It seems to be. It's enormous. It's open from 11 to 8 every day. And I don't know what makes it so special, other than the fact
I believe
that
you can get your
enormous.
own custom Funko Pop made of yourself. Though.
Okay, there you go. That's something. All right.
That's something
Well,
I
who wouldn't
need.
want one of those?
Yeah, I would just get a bunch made up and then put discount stickers on them and just stick them in Target.
Just stick them in, yeah,
Reverse
and you know
shoplifting.
that they'll be there if you ever want them.
yeah,
How have
exactly.
have they not made Beatles Funko Pops? I feel like that's
They have
like
to
a
have.
no-brainer.
They
They've
should.
made everybody
They
have a
should.
Funko Pop. Yeah.
The thing that I'm missing in my Funkos is Quantum Leap. They never made Quantum Leap
Oh
Funkos.
yeah.
Oh, I would like it if it was that one boy with Down syndrome and
Yeah, it's Jimmy.
Ziggy.
Jimmy and Ziggy. I'll take it.
Sam. It's my favorite GIF, by the way. That GIF of him looking in the mirror and
Yes.
saying
Yeah.
the words "I'm blank."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I interviewed him. I
Sam.
interviewed Jimmy.
You interviewed
really?
you interviewed the.
Yes. The actor who played Jimmy.
Cool.
Oh my God! Tell me about it.
It was amazing. I was in heaven because he was a great kid. I say kid. He's older than me.
Isn't he like in his 60s?
But he was a kid when he played the part, and I interviewed him 30 years later or whatever it is. But yeah, it was great. I set it up with his mom and him, and we talked for about an hour on the phone.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. Great guy.
Iconic '80s television, right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, how could you not talk to Jimmy if you get the
I
chance?
mean,
right?
I guess the only thing that would compare to it was if you could talk to that chimp that he leaped into.
Yes.
I did not get
No.
to. Apparently, they're not alive anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried.
Yeah, rest in
I
peace.
tried. The diaper monkey from Space Chimp. Yeah. But yeah, Jimmy was cool, and I talked to the woman in the episode that played the wife, and I talked to the guy that played the brother. It was great.
Cool.
That was a heavy
Was it,
interview episode I did.
was it just like a deep dive of that particular episode, or had
Yeah,
you,
that's what we did. We went total NPR on the classic Quantum Leap, and we would do like
Cool.
3 or 4 hour shows
That's
on
brilliant.
each Quantum Leap episode and get every guest star and writer and producer we could.
Okay, so you didn't go NPR because they would edit and bring
I
it.
edited
Scott Simon
I
doesn't
don't
give you
know.
like the raw audio. He's-
I'm kidding.
It was like
Albie.
the
Of
monthly
course
3 hour
you edited.
podcast,
Of course
4
you
hour
edited.
podcast.
I know.
For
That's
Quantum
great.
Leap. But yeah,
God, I love Quantum Leap.
All
well,
right, anyway.
listen to my show.
Anyway.
Anyway.
If only Sam had leapt into a wrestler.
Yes. Oh, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
remember. I
you
don't
didn't see
remember that. I mean, I think I've seen him
Terry
all.
Funk was in it. Terry Funk was in that.
Oh,
episode.
how did I
Of
refer?
Of course he was.
How did I forget this?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have
that
to
was a
go.
good
I'll
episode.
have to. I'm going to run to my box set like as soon as we're done and find that episode.
I think I interviewed the wife from the wrestling episode. That was the wife of Sam. Sam was going to have a heart attack in the ring.
Okay.
If
I
he kept
remember
going.
that.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So I interviewed the wife in that episode because she was also like the daughter in the Gunslinger episode. So that was cool. I tried to get Terry Funk, but I couldn't.
Well, it's hard to do now. Too.
Good luck getting him now.
Yeah. All right. Where were we? We were talking Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill's wig stayed on this time, so that's
Just
good.
a small victory.
I liked it. Was it snow? What was it? What was going on in her entrance?
Don't they they didn't really do anything different, did they? It's usually like the laser show and there's like floating around in it.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I like
the
her
outfits
entrance.
are getting better. Yeah. The outfits are getting better.
How do you guys feel post wig coming off? Like, where are we on that?
I didn't see the whole match. I saw the highlights, and I thought they did good with it.
I just like that she's like, yeah, I got a wig. So what? Now I'm gonna wear insane over the top hair.
Yeah,
that wig was just like, I was
SmackDown's pre-taped, right? So they could have like took a break and did something, right?
Oh, was it? That's
is it pre-taped?
I believe it is most of the time. Because I know the latest SmackDown got leaked online before it was on
I
television.
think maybe the last couple have been pre-taped because they've been overseas.
Okay. Because of traveling and stuff.
They do a tape delay, so they're not showing it like at 1 o'clock.
But is it normally live?
I thought it was usually live. I could be wrong about that. I mean, back in the day, it was always taped, but I thought since they've started this, I thought the last little while it's been live. But again, I could be completely wrong.
I went to a taping in Lowell, Massachusetts once. That was all of them. It was literally Sunday Night Heat, Monday Night Raw. Was it SmackDown too? It was like 3 shows.
Yeah,
they had to tape in one night.
I know there were.
It had to be like 7 hours.
I mean, it's when WWE doesn't really do that anymore. I feel like AEW sometimes does, like they'll do, or they'll do those, they'll do like a night where they just, because of the scheduling, because it's going to be preempted by a sports thing, like they'll do like both shows on the same night. They'll be like, AEW Dynamite. Now stay tuned for 2 hours of Collision. I'm like, who the f is going to watch 4 hours of AEW in one night? But yeah, WWE doesn't really do that anymore. And I have to believe that's a good thing because as much as when I was a kid and a teenager, I was such a huge wrestling fan. I don't know if I would have been able to make it through like a 5 or 6 hour marathon TV taping back in the day. Like those, to still have enthusiasm for that at the end is amazing.
It was tough, but like if I remember the end, I think it was an Sunday Night Heat ending, and it was
that's a weird way to end.
I know but it was Stone Cold coming out and stunning literally everybody. Like it was Vince, it was Briscoe, it was Patterson, it was for some reason Lawler got in there. It was insane. Wow. It was like, and I was like, okay, what a way to finish.
This was worth it.
Give me 300 stunners on all the heels in the company, and I'm happy.
Those long shows, what they would do is they would, like during the beginning of the night, they would build up a match at the end of the night that was like a dark match.
Yeah.
With big stars, just to get people to stay for all those hours.
Yeah.
So, but and I think back then it was like, I'm going to be on TV. Now everybody's on TV whenever they want, but back then it was a big deal. So you would stay, and you kind of feel like it's part of your job to be the audience. I guess I don't know. So Tiffany Stratton.
I wish someone should tell Riyadh about what it is to be an audience. Okay?
You are not a very good audience.
Eating.
They were
maybe they got exhausted from all the eating. They had the glow sticks.
They were eating. What do you want from them?
Yeah, that's what they signed up for. After that,
that's what they would say. What are you talking? We yeeted. What the?
We did this a couple of times.
What are you giving me for? I yeeted. Okay, I don't want to.
Tiffy time. I think the problem with Tiffany, she's getting a little bored because she hasn't learned from Becky Lynch or Madonna. You got to reinvent yourself all the time, and she's been pretty much the same since I've seen her on WWE.
That's not a terrible point. I can totally see that because she has been the pink I'm the prettiest and like the prettiest moonsault. I love the name, by the way. That's like great name.
She's
for a
great. She's
finisher.
athletically
She's
great.
terrific. I think part of
She just
it
needs something more in the mix.
I think part of it, though, and it's a problem with a lot of the people on the roster. It's a problem with almost everybody who's not like at the very tippy top, of the pile, which is like, it seems like everybody's just kind of doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like they need to they need to pick people and get those people over instead of just having everybody go out there and, be like, all right, go ahead, go out there and do your best. And it's like, nobody's really standing out. Like, they have a really talented roster of incredible wrestlers, but you just need to pick, like, okay, who's it going to be? Who's your top babyface going to be in the women's division? Is it going to be Tiffany? All right, then you need to commit to it. And you need to give her a story, and we need to see it like every week. And it can't just be like a 2-minute backstage thing where she's arguing with Alexa Bliss. Like, it has to be important, but it feels like, I think that's kind of what happened to Jay, like at first on the good side, like they picked him and they were like, we're going with this guy. And they did. And everybody got excited. Like, holy Jey Uso is going to win the world title. And then he did. And then he lost it. And then he just went back down into the pile. And it was like, gee, what happened to Jay? Well, he's down there mixing around with everybody else, and nobody stands out because they don't pick anybody,
That mid card is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because there's just so many people.
Yeah.
But like from the workers' point of view, I could totally understand not wanting to rock the boat because they're making more money than they could in any other profession.
Sure.
I'm sure. So, are you going to risk the $200K a year and try to go for be on the top of the card,
I mean,
look, I think all of these women could go, as we have seen, run off to OnlyFans and make bajillions.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
But Jey Uso is not selling feet pics. I mean, maybe to a couple.
There ain't no law says you got to sell feet pics, buddy.
Just takes one prince.
Yeah.
It makes me, definitely. Trisha Helfer's on there now. Wow. Just saying.
You're right. Albie's in with the OnlyFans update. Thank you, Albie.
Like, he had that off the top of his head. Like, by the way, Trisha Helfer. Remember from Battlestar Galactica? Update. She's on there now.
Oh, this month, Trisha Helfer, known as Six on Battlestar Galactica, former girlfriend of Sylvester Stallone, is now on OnlyFans. It's a decade too late, but it still counts. All right, so Tiffany Stratton won. Yes. I didn't know who was going to win this one. I think it could have went either way.
Yeah,
Jade Cargill obviously is stronger, bigger, faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she was. I mean, she wasn't. I think the match that she had last pay-per-view with Rhea, I think she was. That was a better match.
Yeah,
partially because of the wonky finish. I don't love chaotic finishes.
Yeah.
I don't love interference, sloppy interference. This one though, like this one I didn't mind as much because it was a natural build. Like it kept building. Like it was like a Russian nesting doll of interference.
Yeah.
And like finally we opened it up and we got the tiny one, which was actually Charlotte Flair. I was like,
there's one more.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And
I was shocked. Chelsea Green was in there.
I love Chelsea Green so much.
Yeah, I love her. Too. So sad she didn't become Queen of the Ring.
I cannot wait for her to turn on Tiffy.
Oh,
that's what I am. I am hanging on to that. I'm like, she's going to turn on Tiffy one of these days, and it's going to be so beautiful because the way she
eyeballed them. Yeah, it was just.
I'm like, they're going to do this where Tiffy finally accepts her as a friend, and maybe they'll be a tag team for a little bit, and then Chelsea's just going to bust her open with that belt one of these days. And I'm going to be so happy.
Well, that's what Chelsea does. Immediately turn on friends. You have to. Has she held a belt before in WWE?
She had the U.S.
She's a two-time United States champion. She was the.
Okay. Well, I can see her getting this back from Tiffany Stratton.
She
was the first U.S. champion. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't that on Saturday Night's Main Event?
I think maybe it was.
In Long Island,
but
I think.
She was for a while she said, because her whole gimmick was about the belt, and she was like, I'm the first, the youngest, the tallest United States champion.
Yes.
Ever.
Prettiest.
Yeah, the prettiest. Yeah.
The most Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She is. So I was pleasantly surprised to see her there. So I think I was more distracted by her being there and just everybody, the cluster at the end, than really remembering what happened. So how did the match finish?
Charlotte cracked Jade in the head with the belt, and Tiff hit the moonsault and pinned her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was okay. So where do they go from here?
They're building Charlotte and Jade. Yeah, and then we're gonna build the friendship and utter, breakup of.
And both before SummerSlam to have it happen at SummerSlam.
I mean, maybe. I hope they don't rush the Tiffany and Chelsea thing that fast. I mean, maybe they will. I mean, who knows what they're gonna do? But I feel like the Chelsea and Tiffany thing still needs a little bit like maybe the turn could be at SummerSlam, but even that feels a little fast.
So then to go to Mania, maybe
I don't know. But keep in mind, like, I still have like an old wrestling brain where I'm like, they could probably just wait until Survivor Series before she turns on her, and then maybe they wrestle at Mania. I'm like, but they don't do it that way anymore. I mean, they fast forward everything, so who knows? She might turn on her on TV this week. I mean,
she'll be kicking her through a barbershop window as soon as we get back to Monday Night Raw.
I would love that. They need to have that as a callback.
They should have her. They should have Tiffany wheel out a barbershop, or Chelsea wheel out a barbershop set and be like, Tiffany, come here, I want to show you something.
Where we all know it's coming, but
Tiffany's like, I never watched wrestling when I was a kid, so I don't know what this is.
Or she just sets up Piper's Pit and a whole bunch of coconuts.
Yeah, come here, I want to show you something. Oh, that could be like, that's how they tease it. Like every week she brings her to another old fashioned like talk show set where an infamous turn happened.
That would be fabulous. Oh my God.
That is hilarious. Okay. So I enjoyed it. Then we get to the main event of the evening.
Yes.
The WWE Championship match. Sami Zayn defeated Cody Rhodes and Gunther. I didn't think Gunther would win, but I didn't think he'd be involved in the finish, so I think that worked out.
Yeah, well, I think that I might have been in the minority of thinking that Sammy was going to win, because to me it felt like you've done this so many times with him. Particularly the most significant last time they did it was against Roman when they were in Canada.
Yeah.
And it was like, if you're gonna do it, this is the time to do it for Sami Zayn. You're gonna put him over at home, and it's gonna be amazing. And the way they built the run up to this match with Sammy, getting involved in their triple threat, I was like, oh, that's good, because you can protect Cody and Gunther by making it a no DQ triple threat, and you can put the belt on Sammy, and it helps a lot, I think, making Cody a little more interesting, because he's much better chasing than being chased. And I think the Sami Zayn thing, when he came out in his full desert gear, I was like, he's going over.
Oh yeah. I wasn't convinced yet, but because I think he had done that before, didn't he? While he was here?
Yeah, but not for a title.
That's not for a title. Yeah. I mean, I think they got away with it with me just because we all know and like Sami Zayn as a person, and it's impossible not to be happy for him finally winning the world title. So it's like, well, who are you going to complain? Sami Zayn won the world title. I'm like, no, I guess not. But I can't help but notice that it doesn't really fit with the story they've told with Sammy. Because the story they've told with Sammy, and especially after SmackDown last night or yesterday, as we record this, they did that bit backstage where Sammy realizes that the Saudi show is his chance for redemption, and like he speaks it out loud. And I thought, oh, he's definitely not winning now because like he's a heel and he's like a crybaby heel who, you know, feels like the whole world has turned against him and he's the last real good guy. And he has like delusions in his own mind of this is going to be my redemption. This is going to be my chance to prove them all wrong and to finally win the big one. And I'm thinking, okay, he's definitely going to lose. And then during the match, I was like, well, maybe they'll do this. Maybe he'll win, but he'll like steal it from somebody else. You know, like he'll win, but it'll be like Cody will hit his finish on Gunther and then Sammy will run in and steal it. And he'll win, but he won't really win. But he'll celebrate like he just like, you know, he's Hogan beating Andre. Like he'll celebrate like it's the greatest victory ever. That I could have seen. But the way they did it was, no, Sami Zayn he legitimately pinned the world champion and won the title. And nobody has a complaint. Nobody has anything to cry foul about. And he just legitimately won and he earned it and he won the title. And it's like, because I like Sami Zayn and I've been a fan of his for forever, I'm like, well, good for him. I mean, it was great. And he had that great moment with the crowd. And it's one of those moments where it genuinely seems to mean something to him. He's not just playing it because that's the gimmick. And it was nice. It was really nice. But I was like, but that's not at all the story they told. Like, you know, so I'm a little conflicted about it, but I'm not going to complain because I love Sammy. So, you know.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed him from the beginning. I think it was the theme song because it's like ska kind of, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of gets you going and it makes you happy. But last few years, I've kind of gotten, I don't want to say bored with him, but like I felt that glass ceiling, you know, thump so long that I never thought they'd really pull the trigger on it. So when they did tonight, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
maybe a little too late. I don't know.
No,
I mean, it felt weird that he didn't win as like the preeminent babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like he didn't win as underdog Sammy. He won as heel turning Sammy.
Yeah,
and I thought that it was interesting. Like you didn't realize how much you miss Kevin Owens not being there to like, you know, I would have loved to have seen him up on Kevin's shoulders. Like,
that's true.
I was hoping at the end he would come out.
He just kind of celebrated by himself. I mean, he celebrated with the crowd, but like there were no other wrestlers there celebrating with him.
Yeah,
crowd loved it.
Oh,
they
went nuts for that.
Of course. And I mean, like I said, like it's as someone who has been a fan of his for a long time, it's nice to see him. It's nice to see them put their top title on him. I think that's great. I'm really happy for him. But it's like, you know, it just doesn't fit with what his gimmick has been lately. You know, because now after all these months of being the guy who is like the whiny crybaby that everybody's sick of, you know, because like when Cody has kind of, you know, lit into him lately, like Cody's been right. Whether you like Cody or not, Cody's the one. He's like, Sammy, you're exhausting. You're just, all you do is come out and you piss and you moan about all your missed opportunities. Like, shut up. Like Cody's been like, he's right. That's how Sammy has been presented. And now he just goes out and just legitimately wins the title. And he can come out the next TV and be like, I did it. And he won't be telling a lie. He'll be telling the truth. Like, I finally did it. I conquered, you know, it's like, so now is he going to be a babyface now? Which is fine, I guess. It's a little abrupt. Or is he still going to be kind of this heel character he's been playing, except he also like legitimately won the title?
I felt it was kind of like a swerve that he won it clean because you expect with that character to, again, steal the finish from someone else.
You know, I think in the three ways always protect themselves from having actual clean finishes as far as I'm concerned. Like, I think there's an element of it where I do wonder how long they're going to keep it on him, and I really hope it's not one of those like 1 week, 2 week things.
Like he loses it back to Cody right away or something,
right? Which is funny because like somebody was talking about this recently about the Attitude Era and how brief all of those title runs were, and they really were.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you had Kane for one night.
Kane had it for a day, yeah. Like, Austin won that back immediately.
Yeah, and I think that there's, like, we're so conditioned now for these long title runs, where Gunther had the IC title for God knows how long.
It was like close to 2 years,
had
wasn't it?
Yeah, Roman had the belt for what, 3.5 years, something like that.
Something like that.
And then Cody has had it. Essentially, Cody has had it. Yes, Drew McIntyre got it from him, but it feels like an endless. This feels like an endless title run, and I'm glad that it's kind of like got this hiccup in it right now. That genuinely
did you watch
is interesting.
Did you watch the post-show interview with Sami Zayn?
No, please fill me in.
Basically he said whether it's a day, a week, a month, or a year run, you can't take this away from me. I'm the WWE champion. So when he said a day, I was like, no,
he's losing it on SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope not.
I hope not. I hope they give him a while with
Me too, because he's earned it. And the other thing, it's not just like a pat on the head and like an honorary Oscar. Like, he is still really good. I mean, he has the ability to be a legit world champion.
Right.
So hopefully they let him. And like you, I mean, even though Cody's still my guy and I love Cody, they wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to give Cody a rest as world champion. Like,
he's been working hard for a long time.
He's had a really good run for the last 3 years. And I mean,
give him a month off.
Even the most diehard Cody fan couldn't possibly complain at this point if they kind of move away from him for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a kid. Let him enjoy his kid for a little bit.
Yeah, Cody, go home and be with the kids.
Exactly. But Sami Zayn and Jay last year, I think that glass ceiling is got some cracks in it, which I like, because in the future after those two, at least in my mind, like I can go into a match believing that maybe that person, that mid-carder forever, I guess next would be LA Knight, right? Has a chance of winning the belt. So it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice that you still think LA Knight's going to win the title at some point.
It's like one of those things.
You know what's funny?
Right?
So he's from my hometown.
Oh,
he's from Hagerstown. He's not billed that way, obviously, because they want people to care about him. But he's from Hagerstown. He graduated from North High, and
nice.
and he came back a couple years ago, like when he first really got hot as LA Knight, and we gave him the key to the city. And at the time, I thought, well, this is great, but what are we going to do when he wins the world title? And now I'm thinking, maybe that won't be a problem. Maybe we won't need to worry about that.
You can do what Lowell, Massachusetts did. We gave Stone Cold Steve Austin the key to the city, and then we named a street after him.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was like Stone Cold Way or something like that.
Stone Cold Way.
That's awesome.
It seemed like I think it was a temporary street rename, but you know what? It did the job.
He never came back. He still thinks there's a street named after him there.
So what do you think happened with LA Knight? Why didn't they ever pull the trigger on that?
Bottleneck. Triple H. Bottleneck at the top. It wasn't his time. And then, people had already moved on. I mean, I will say, as much as I love LA Knight, it's hard for me to go back over the last couple of years since he has kind of become like a top guy. It's hard for me to go back and say when they should have put the belt on him, because like, I don't see where he should have won the title that he didn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, he's great. I'm a big fan of his. I think what he does is awesome. I wish that, he would have a more, top of the card role, but like, can I honestly say that should he have beaten Roman? No, he shouldn't have been the guy. He shouldn't have been the guy to beat Roman. Like I'm happy that Cody was that guy.
Right.
Should he have won the world title at some point? I don't really think so. I feel like they've booked both of those titles fairly well, like, should he have been the one to beat Cena for it? No. I can't think of where he should have won that he didn't. It's just, it's just one of those things,
It's just not gelling.
Yeah. And I just hope, well, it's not just, I mean, I don't think he's done anything wrong. It's just, there's a lot of guys at the top, and, it's like, if it's him, then it's not somebody else. And should it have been him and not Punk? I don't think so. Should it, I mean, I could even say, should it have been him instead of Jey Uso? I don't know. I mean, Jey Uso was really hot for a while.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's why the feet picks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. I hope he gets a shot at some point. It seems like they're getting ready to move him into like a thing with Solo against the Bloodline. Hopefully that won't turn into a black hole and he'll come out of that and maybe be able to get something going. But yeah.
He seems to me like an Attitude Era wrestler in present day, and that doesn't quite work. And I think what broke the glass for me on that was because I was really behind him big time, and then I had seen, I don't know if he did an interview or somebody, maybe it was a video on him or something, but he seems to be like a combination of The Rock and Stone Cold.
That's been a knock on him for a while. I mean,
yeah. And then once they said that, I couldn't unsee it.
But I'm also like, why not be a combo of the two best talkers in the history of wrestling?
Hulk Hogan was superstar Billy Graham. Right?
Oh, and a bunch of other guys too. Yeah, well, crap. I mean, I mean, Dusty Rhodes stole from people. I mean, it's you know. I hope he gets a shot. I hope he gets a belt at some point soon because he's a guy that, like, if he's one of those wrestlers that because of his attitude and because of his gimmick and because of just his whole presentation, if he doesn't have momentum, if he's not winning, then eventually he just starts to die off. No matter how hard, no matter how good, like he can go out and give the best interview of the week every week, but if he's not winning the world title at some point, people are going to forget about. Like if Steve Austin was doing everything else he was doing in 1996 and 97. But then he didn't win the world title at WrestleMania in 98 and he never did. And he was just kind of always sort of there, but he never won it. Eventually people would have forgot about him. That's just the truth. Yeah. Because they would have said, oh, I mean, he's good, but you know, he's not going anywhere. Yeah. So let's cheer for the guy wrestling fans cheer for winners. Like wrestling fans aren't that different than sports fans. Wrestling fans cheer for people that they perceive as being good. And if you could be the most entertaining guy on the show, but if you're not wrestling in, you know, like important matches and you're not winning, eventually they're just not going to care about you anymore.
Yeah. It's almost like the boy who cried wolf kind of thing. Like you believe so many times, but after a while you just don't believe it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This match is main event. I think my favorite spot was it the double Cody cutter? That was funny. That was cool.
Yes, the Gunther in the sleeper, and then a Cody cutter to Sammy.
I like
double crossroads. Sorry.
Even though it almost killed that member of the crew, I really liked Gunther going back and power bombing him through the table, and the table didn't break the first time. Because like usually I don't like when they do that because it's like clearly he was supposed to break the table the first time and it just didn't work. And usually I'm like, just go on, just do something else. But I feel like it works with Gunther because Gunther is the kind of guy that's like, no, you're going through this table. And,
exactly.
You know, so he like, there was like somebody who kind of got caught underneath it. I'm thinking that they're okay, but you could see Cody was like kind of talking to him like after he took the bump. It was like, oh, are you dead or what? But I like that because it was like Gunther being a killer, and I like that. That's why I like Gunther, because he's a killer, and that's what he would do. Yeah.
He should have done it a third time when he was already through it.
He should have power bombed him on the ruins of it. Like, f you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like aggression. I like them to be aggressive. I like it to look like they're mad at each other and they're trying to beat each other. And Gunther is really good at making it look like that. And that's why he's always one of my favorite guys. Yeah.
Still mad. They're moving him into like a thing with the general manager, I think. Is what I was seeing.
I mean, if they do that match, I'm kind of curious about that because Aldis hasn't. Yes. I don't think he hasn't actually wrestled for a while. But when Aldis was an active wrestler, he was great. So if he's still got it, if he's got it for at least if he's still got it for a match with Gunther, I would be up for that.
Totally.
Yeah, they got in a shoving match and they were cursing, so it seems like the way they're going.
Yeah.
All right. So neither one of you watched a post show, or did you?
I watched a little of it. I kind of fast forwarded through it because I didn't actually start watching the show until it had already been on for an hour. So I had the luxury of kind of skipping ahead.
I got behind too because I had unexpected guests that didn't know it was Riyadh season.
Don't you know?
Guys, what are you doing?
I had the wreath on the door and
It's
everything.
Night of Champions this afternoon.
Yes.
This afternoon is Night of Champions.
This afternoon.
It was morning
man.
of champions
Yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
but that's true. Yeah. But yeah,
Having these overseas pay-per-views is not good for my sleep schedule because I like to sleep in.
I saw Sammy's interview in the arena after the match, and I saw the little stand-up they did with Trick and Yachty.
Mhm.
I saw that they were interviewing Seth, but I just skipped past it because I didn't give a
Yeah.
But that was all I
He was
saw.
kind of just chill and relax and himself.
Yeah.
He was more Colby than Seth.
Yeah, but so you said did you say there was something with Liv?
Yeah, it looked like Byron interviewed Liv right after the match because it sounded like wrestling was still going on.
Okay.
And he was asking about the curse, and she was going on and about, there's no curse. I'm okay. There's no such thing as a curse. Curses aren't real. Danhausen isn't real. The curses aren't real. So it looks like she's going to be going into this descending into madness because she's cursed.
Sure.
And, they got Miz, which is basically kind of like a Frankenstein's monster, right?
Yeah.
And what's the other guy? What character
Kit
is he
Wilson.
now? Like,
What
is he like an Igor or something?
I guess he's not as good at it as Miz is. I mean, I like
Miz
him.
is amazing.
He's good. Like, I mean, as a general talent, I think Kit Wilson is really good, but he's not as. It's such a dumb criticism. He's not as good at playing like a zombified version of himself as Miz is.
Zombie.
But yeah,
Miz is great at it, and it's so stupid, and we shouldn't buy it or enjoy it, but I love it. And the white streak in the hair, which is great, which is like Bride of Frankenstein.
The thing you have to give the Miz, whether you like him as a wrestler or not, and he's never been one of my favorite guys, but he commits to everything he does. And this is such a dumb program.
Mm-hmm.
And he has been forced to do so many dumb things in it, all to the service of Danhausen. And he has been completely committed to all of it. I cannot.
And I think that is and always will be the Miz's strength.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is his total and utter like professionalism and seriousness with which he takes everything that he has booked.
Absolutely.
Yes. It's great. He's like, awesome.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane.
He was doing like
discussion.
Brand new Miz. It was great.
Yeah.
And didn't they get Zack Ryder in on it?
Zack Ryder's fighting the urge. He's like, now he's got like a Dr. Strangelove hand where he's fighting the urge to do the woo 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 because he wants to go.
He's like, I told you it's Matt. And I think
Matt
he did
Cardona
say woo
now.
woo.
Yeah, I can't be Zack Ryder anymore.
Yeah, but he did say the woo woo and it.
In a match, on SmackDown, he did that.
That's how we get Dean Ambrose back, guys.
Oh, there you go.
Put
Moxley in.
I'm sure.
I'm thinking,
knowing how he felt about what they had him doing last time he was in WWE, I'm sure he would love that.
Oh my god! And then he quickly puts on a mask, and he thinks everyone's gross, and there are germs. And, I mean, it's look. Then the pandemic happened. They could have caught fire in a bottle. If they had just.
It wasn't. Yeah.
So, what classic movie monster will Liv Morgan turn into when she is inevitably shocked by one of these things?
Oh, she'd be
maybe like you have Bride of Frankenstein, right? You have
Dracula.
Does he need an Elvira?
Dracula's daughter.
Yeah,
Elvira. There you go. Danhausen would be like, "Oh,
so then
you're suddenly more attractive to Danhausen now."
Dirty Dom versus Danhausen for the love of Liv Morgan.
I would love it.
Try to drag as many people into this as we possibly can. One thing I'll say about Liv, we didn't mention this. One thing I really love about Liv is, and Dominic too, like if I didn't know any better, I would think they were together in real life.
Right.
They are so good.
They sell that.
They do.
The way she was wearing like Dominic inspired gear. Like, and it's like, that's such like a girlfriend thing to do. And it's like
good kayfabe. It's good
great.
Kayfabe.
It's so good. They think of like these little details that really sell you on the fact, like, oh, they're really a couple. They're totally not, but you would believe that they were.
They're so good at it. It makes me think every time I see them that maybe.
I think that's
what they're going for.
They're much better at it than Rhea and Dom were.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I don't know why it's a bigger. I don't know why it's an easier buy on the live
Yeah.
side of things. But
Is she still with what was it, Buddy Murphy or somebody?
Rhea?
I forget.
Yeah.
Buddy Matthews.
Well,
That's it.
Yeah, they're married.
Guy. Yeah, they're married. Yeah.
Yeah, so he was probably always like traveling with her in the background.
I only know him as Buddy Matthews.
He was Buddy Murphy in NXT.
I've heard it
that's
both
ancient
ways.
history.
I've heard it both ways. It's one of those things where I feel like there might be a connection, and it's like we can do anything we want as long as it's out in front of thousands of people. I don't know.
Yeah, I do wonder. I mean, I know it's like it's showbiz. They're professionals. I'm sure it's all fine.
Yeah.
But I do sometimes because Dominic is married. I don't know what Liv's relationship
I think
status
she has
is.
someone at home.
But I mean, I do wonder like if Dominic ever comes home off the road and his wife is like, "So did you have fun at work?"
I feel like I saw him on like Chris Van Fleet or something being asked about that, and he was just talking about how awesome his wife is because she like totally supports him and does not care at all about.
Yeah, it's entertainment, it's acting.
Yeah, exactly. They're professionals.
It is
really
till it
good at
isn't, guys. I don't know if you're familiar with on-set romances. They happen all the time.
Yeah.
Thank God no professionals have ever fallen in love on the job in the entertainment business.
Exactly. It kind of makes sense because you're always on the road and there's always stories of things happening, but at least it's like monogamous on the road and monogamous at home, but just separately, right?
Sure.
I just popped on to Liv Morgan's Wikipedia page. I never knew her real name.
Giada?
Isn't it Giada or Gianna?
It's
Something like that.
Gianna, Jean, Daddy-O.
I remember now because she's one of the wrestlers with a real name that I can't believe they changed it for a gimmick name because the real name is so amazing.
That is like, but if she came in with her real name, we'd all be like, Vince is an idiot. Why would he pick that name?
What kind of name is that?
She would have had to been like a Jersey Girl character or something.
It's
incredible.
It's just like how when I realized for the first time back when he was in TNA when they started calling him Ron Killings, which is his actual name. I was like, his real name is Ron Killings. And they
why not go with
he's
that?
been working as like K-Quick this whole time.
Yeah.
And his name is Killings. What the f are we doing here, guys?
John Moxley's Jonathan Good.
Jonathan Good.
Which I think is like that's a good
if you're a baby face, that's
too.
the name to go with. And even as a heel.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
like I'm good.
Sometimes my all-time favorite wrestler is Ricky Steamboat. His real name is Richard Blood. Now that's an awesome wrestler name.
That is an awesome.
Yes.
That is awesome.
That's an awesome. But then we wouldn't have Ricky Steamboat. And it's like that's also an awesome name. But you have to wonder, like, the dude's name was Richard Blood, and they said we got to change that. The last name Blood doesn't work as a wrestler. Since when?
My favorite all-time wrestler is Lord Alfred Hayes, and as we all know, he was born Alfred George James Hayes.
Alfred George James Hayes.
Lord Alfred Hayes.
Alfred George James Hayes. It's like, what? You have 5 last names for first names that are less. It's insane.
I was very fortunate to see Ricky Steamboat wrestle in person. It was, he was older, but it was with FCW, and he was just like working with younger talent. Yeah. And I think one of his kids, maybe.
Yeah, Richie was in the developmental program for a while. I think he got injured and had to retire, but he was there for a while.
So it was about that time, and it was amazing because there's like maybe 200 people there.
Yeah,
wow.
Watching it, and it was just like that's Ricky Steamboat.
That's Ricky Steamboat. Yeah,
yeah. So greatest match of all time. He's in that, right? Him and Macho
he's
Man.
in a couple of different candidates for greatest match of all time.
Yeah,
yeah.
Speaking of Matt, did you finally watch the Mask versus Mask?
I did watch it.
What do you think?
I watched it on the television in our bedroom, to which my wife was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Don't worry, I'll put on my headphones." And I loved it. It was, you somehow undersold it to us.
I must have.
It's
amazing.
Genuinely, it was the best wrestling match I've seen this year for sure. And it was, I mean, that's your number one example of how important a crowd can be to a wrestling match, because that crowd was so in on everything. That is a crowd that had seen every AAA leading up to this.
Yeah.
And had so invested in the story that it was a 3-way match, and the crowd was one of the participants. It was amazing. It would genuinely. I'm so glad that you talked it up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this, and I am so glad I did. And it was true, and God, at the end, the ending of that match too, with Chad Gable still using his gimmick name, but like, I'm Chad Gable, and like the audience playing along with it and going like, oh my God, it's Chad Gable. It's like, yeah, great, this is awesome.
Yeah,
this is wrestling.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was an amazing match.
I mean,
that's awesome. Have you seen what they're doing with him now? He's going around apologizing to all the
Yes, he's trying to apologize to Alpha Academy, and they're not having it.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of torn about that. Like, the people seem to be buying it. Like when Chad has been going around and offering his apologies, like the people seem to be accepting it, and I like the idea of it. Like, if it was like any other storytelling medium, I'd be like, well, this is nice. He did wrong and now he's going around and making amends. This is good. This is character growth. But there's part of me that's like, yeah, but should a wrestler be doing this? Like,
here's the deal. I think that when he included his family in the gimmick at the end, that was a real, like, we're going to buy this character back now.
Yeah.
We're going to give some sympathy to the character, and we're going to have him genuinely go and ask for
and be a good person. Yeah.
It's the little kid took the mask off too. It was so good.
It really is, like, it's one of those things that you don't realize how long you've been missing it until you see it, because that is really what it looks like when a match is truly over with a crowd. Like, I don't think I've seen, it's not just the best match I've seen in a long time. It's the first wrestling thing I've seen in a really long time where it seemed like the match and the babyface were genuinely over with the crowd, where the crowd loved him. It wasn't just they cheered for him because they thought he was cool or because they loved him. And I don't think a babyface has been over like that in the United States in a long time.
It was close to WrestleMania 40 with Cody. It was,
yeah.
But that was less them being so on board with Cody, and that was more them being on board with finishing the story and making Roman Reigns finally lose.
That's true. And it will be interesting to see how El Grande does from here, because it's kind of analogous to Cody's situation, because like Cody beating Roman and Cody winning that belt, that was like a real story. Cody cutting that promo like the night after he came back and saying, I'm going to win the title because my dad never won it. Like, that's real. And everybody knew that was real. And all the wrestling stuff was, thrown in to make it happen, but that emotion was real. Right. So when Cody finally won that title for the first time, like, okay, this is real. And then after that, it was like, well, where do we go from here? And it's been kind of up and down. But I'm wondering if El Grande Americano is going to be something similar, because like, mask versus mask, like that was the natural story. That was the big blow off. And I mean, they still love him. I watched his first appearance on AAA TV. I think it was just last week when the first time they had him in the arena after the match. And they still love him. I mean, it's not like they've cooled off on him. He's still their hero. And now they're going to build to him and Dominic for their big title. So, that'll be another one, but I'm wondering, like, if he's going to find himself, if he isn't involved in like a really hot, like, blood feud, if, he's going to be able to maintain that same level of overness with the crowd, because I mean, he is just, they love him. They genuinely love him. So.
Yeah, that's the only problem with having something that good and that impactful is like, then what?
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's been done before. I mean, Christ, Hulk Hogan was on top for 4 years. Like it's not. It doesn't always run out immediately.
I was a young dumb kid and I loved it.
Well, me too.
I am a real Mexican.
Oh yeah, they should do that.
Come on,
They should do it.
Yeah,
it's right there for them.
It's right there for them.
It's right there. Okay, ring gear of the night. Thoughts? I know who I'm going for.
I was going to say Sammy, but that wasn't his ring gear.
If he would have worked the whole match in that would have been right.
It would have been great.
Gone through,
I don't know if I want to talk about that because I don't want to offend anybody
booze.
that might chop me up.
Oh no! I don't think it was. I think that it was great to be the baby face and come out in the traditional clothing of the place you're in. Great, go for it.
Like my 80s wrestling mind was saying that's a heel move, but where they were, of course not.
It's kind of it's like a pandering baby face. It's like coming out wearing the jersey of the local sports team. It's like a pandering baby face.
It's the Bret Hart when they healed him in the U.S. and babyfaced him in Canada.
Yes.
Except Sammy can't cut those same promos.
No,
you can't be like, in Saudi Arabia we have equal rights. No, we don't. I'm not even from there. What am I saying?
I'm from Canada.
I'm from Canada.
We have equal rights in Canada.
In Canada, we have healthcare. He just starts doing the Bret Hart thing.
Yeah, oh my God, yes.
They were very explanatory as to why he was wearing the outfit. He's Muslim and he speaks the language, and it's okay. We're not appropriating.
I think everyone knows.
Michael Cole has been. I'm sure that somebody's like in his ear to tell him, but Michael Cole has been awfully like passive aggressive. Because like remember when Danhausen had the little guys with him, the mini house, and Michael Cole referred to them as midgets because that's like the name of their troop. And then like after he said that, he said, "And before you at me on social media, that's what they told me to call them." Like, okay.
No one's coming at you, Michael.
It's okay,
no
dude.
one's coming at you. Don't worry,
Mike. Yeah. So ring gear of the night. Who do you got? You want me to go? I can go.
Go
ahead. Women's United States Championship match. Tiffany Stratton, I think, was amazing. That outfit. It was very evocative of Honky Tonk Man for me.
Oh,
like I was seeing her as an LJN action figure in that figure. It's very rare that I want a women's action figure where they're fully clothed head to toe. But I thought that outfit was great, very toyetic with the butterfly.
You're such a shameless, proud pervert. You're like, it's really rare for me to want a women's action figure when they have their clothes on.
I enjoy beauty, whether it's flowers, butterflies, or women.
Of course.
Well, look, I mean, if you enjoy the physical form, I mean,
there's nothing. It's artistic,
right?
It's artistic.
But when Chelsea Green crawled out from underneath the ring, I was questioning. I was like, "Oh, which is better? They're so good. Both of them are so good."
Well,
thoughts.
Chelsea's normal ring gear almost works in Saudi Arabia anyway. Like she usually like those like the like leotard shorts with the long, she has that long skirt thing.
Yeah.
I wish she came out with her hat, but she did have the flowers, which I thought was very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I wonder if women are not allowed to wear hats there. How does that work?
We'll never know. That's the point.
We don't know.
Have
to ask Sami Zayn.
Ask the prince.
Yeah. The flowers were unusual, but I enjoyed her whole outfit. I like when she has the one long pant leg and the one short one. That's cool too.
Yeah.
But she couldn't do that there. Yeah, but like the design is weird. It's like I'm gonna wear like for all the women. It was like I'm gonna wear trashy lingerie just on top.
I noticed that.
Body.
I noticed that they had like the scuba suit on, but then they just wore like their normal gear like on top of it.
Yeah.
I noticed that with EO. Like EO's outfit was kind of like that. Yeah.
She had suspenders.
Yeah.
I mean, I would wear suspenders too. It'd be great.
I need to because my pants don't stay up.
I love suspenders.
It's like trying to keep pants on a beach ball. It just doesn't work.
I used to when I was in high school and I played baseball. I wore suspenders for my baseball pants because they would never stay up. And so I was just this fat kid sauntering and I always used a wood bat. I was the only kid using a wood bat. So I would saunter up to the plate with suspenders and a wooden bat, and the outfield would back up.
Were you in black and white at the time?
I might as well have been.
The color turned off in everybody's eyes.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, ring gear wise, this, I mean, I have been enjoying the social media stuff that Charlotte and Danhausen have been doing.
Yeah.
Where Charlotte has been in Danhausen's makeup.
Yeah.
And Dan is in one of her robes that's not even the robe he gave her. Or she gave him.
It just looks natural. He just assumes she gave it to him. Yeah.
But that being said, like I feel like Charlotte's matching giant coat, pants, and top.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something. It was memorable. It looked like Seth Rollins might have been wearing that earlier.
Yeah. Charlotte's wardrobe.
That's the great thing about Seth. Yeah, the women can borrow his clothes and you wouldn't
even notice. Charlotte's wardrobe has been insane lately. I mean, she just comes out wearing the most ridiculous.
Was it her that had the denim jacket?
Yeah.
Not too long ago?
Yeah.
It was like a robe version of a denim jacket. It was pretty cool.
I guess I would go with Liv. I like Liv's Dominic tribute outfit because it looked cool and because I just I like those little things that they do to reinforce.
And her leotard was like leopard print.
Yeah.
Like so it looked like it almost could have been tights. Like she tried to look somewhat like a normal.
And again,
wrestler.
I genuinely respect her for being able to walk out to her absolutely filthy theme song in this really theocratic, sexually repressed,
little surprising.
Society.
I wonder, do they have like a morals police person on staff?
I don't know.
Do you think
do the censor? Did they listen to the lyrics? Do they know that this song is about how she's gonna f you and then ruin your life? Because that's what that song's about.
And I would welcome.
She's like, I'm gonna f you and then I'm gonna ruin your life forever, and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna ask me to do it again. That's what that song is about.
That's kind of the women I like, so it works for me.
Oh, Albie.
That leads right into Crush of the Night.
Oh, Albie.
Crush of the Night for me, Liv Morgan. She just she's from New Jersey, so I like that because I'm originally from New Jersey, and she's just got that thing about her that like if you worked with her at a Waffle House for like a good year and a half, you'd have a chance.
Is that your dream? One of these days, I'm going to work at a Waffle House with Liv Morgan, and she's going to see that I'm a really good person.
If she was a server at a Waffle House, I would be working at a Waffle House. I'll tell you that. So that was my Crush of the Night, Liv.
Mine's got to be Lil Nate, Charles Robinson. I think he's
still looking good.
Good to see him in there in the bringing order to chaos
in the cage match. Yeah. I'm sure he loved getting that assignment. You're going to work the cage match, Charlie. What do you think of that?
Did you see the spot where? Did you see where Braun got busted open?
Hard way.
It was the table
was
coming
it the table?
when he fell through the table. The end of the table came up and hit him in the eye and like scratched down.
Yeah, like the orbital bone right here, and it just like sliced him.
I could tell that the gash was pretty nasty. I didn't see it when it happened. I noticed it right afterwards. I assumed it must have been the table though.
But that was he hit an artery. Yeah. That was quick. That was a quick
it was
blood.
Bad.
Damn.
I was expecting them to do color, but not hard way. But I thought because it seemed unintentional, but it looked like they were setting it up because he was Seth Rollins was throwing him against the cage and grinding his face in the cage.
Yeah.
And then they did shots of Seth Rollins for a while. So I was like, oh, okay, we're going to get some blood. But then no. But then Hardway, bam.
I mean, I kind of feel like it was going to be one of those matches where like they throw all that in the ring and then nobody bleeds. Because which just makes it even worse. It's like, okay, not only are they going to be in a cage, but they're going to hit each other with chairs and throw each other through tables, but you're not going to see a drop of blood from anybody.
Right.
But then Braun Breaker got gashed open with a shard of the table, and
it
looked great,
busted open hard way. But I think it worked, and I think Braun Breaker went with it well. He took the situation and went with it, and like even his facial expressions, because a lot of that stuff ahead of time is arranged with the director and the cameraman and all that stuff to do certain spots when things happen.
Right.
But this was like he had to improvise on the fly and go with it, and they caught it, and it was just perfect.
I mean, it did really make me go, wow. Eyelids are pretty great evolutionary things.
Yes.
Because he just had no blood in his eye whatsoever and just like blood everywhere else.
Amazing.
It was so close to his eyeball.
Mm-hmm. It's barbaric to say, but it was my favorite part of that match. Like, because I hated that match, but well, at least this part looks real.
Right.
Like, at least this, I could. Oh, they're mad. I guess they must be a little mad at each other. He's bleeding.
How does that not happen more often? They do so many things that if we did in real life, we would be suffering for so long.
I remember, I never really thought about it because, like, I mean, I've never trained as a wrestler, obviously. But I remember I watched a video of like Al Snow giving like a seminar to some trainees, and he was talking about the reason why historically, like a closed fist punch is illegal in a wrestling match. I mean, they don't do that. They don't pay any attention to that anymore. But traditionally, a closed fist punch was considered illegal. And he said the reason why was because a working punch is the fakest move in wrestling. Because if somebody gets hit for real at full force in the face, either it's going to knock them out, or they're going to be really messed up really quick. Like they're going to bleed, they're going to bruise, they're going to get swollen. Like, what it looks like when somebody takes a full speed shot to the face with a bare fist. That people up. So if a wrestler if they just start punching each other in the face and nothing's happening, you're like, oh, okay, they're not really fighting. So that was the psychology behind making the punch illegal. And at some point, people just said, no, we're just going to punch each other.
It's a comic book, right?
Yeah. My crush would probably be Gunther for the double table power bomb. I loved him so much in that moment. I loved him so much in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he seemed frustrated, like, not that it didn't work out the way it was supposed to, but like he wants him through that table.
You're going through this table, Cody. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. That was pretty perfect. All right. I guess we're to the, let's see. Oh, okay. The next thing is, who faced their own Kobayashi Maru tonight?
Good question.
I guess it was. Okay, now is the question? Does that question mean were they able to Captain Kirk it and find a creative solution, or were they just
go either way, or no win situation that they couldn't win, or the solution from Kirk?
Okay, I'm going to say that it was Jey Uso who faces Kobayashi Maru, and much like everyone else in Starfleet Academy prior to James T. Kirk, he failed, as he should have.
That's good. So Oba is it's the Oba-ashi Maru.
Yes. Oba-ashi Maru. That's pretty good. I wish Jay would have been like looking like where's Brock? When's Brock coming in? That would have been great.
Hey, come on, man. Anytime.
Anytime. Somebody help me, because I can't do this by myself. You see this guy, right? Yeah.
I guess you could make a case for Jade, because like the Avengers showed up to make sure that she didn't win.
Yeah.
I mean, she had her people there too. Like the new baddies were there. But yeah, Tiffy had her backup, so I don't know. It's a tough question. It's sometimes it's difficult to map a Kobayashi Maru scenario on a wrestling card, but yeah.
I was thinking maybe Sami Zayn, because it looked like there was no way he was going to win. And it was a foregone conclusion that he was going to lose because he's in there with Cody and Gunther.
So he Kirked it.
But somehow he did it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And he didn't cheat to win.
He reprogrammed the simulator. Yeah.
The simulation. Yeah. Maybe he slipped some money to the creative. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, look, the creative can be bought by the Saudi government. I don't know if they can be bought by one of the wrestlers.
Wow. Well, he could have one of the Saudi government in his corner, making sure. Because, I mean,
that's true.
That was the ending that the people wanted.
Like, we're paying a lot of money for this show. We think maybe Sammy should win.
I think that had something to do with it.
Yes, sir.
Really do. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You do what they say, or you end up not being anymore.
Here's $50 million. Right? Sami Zayn is going to be the WWE champion. All right.
I would say yes. I would say okay to that. No problem. No problem, right?
And Sammy's like, how much of that do I get? Shut up, Sammy. Shut your mouth.
You get the belt.
You get back to work.
You don't get a raise. You get a promotion on screen.
Yeah. Which is another
Wesley Crusher.
Which is another star. Yeah. Well, you ever heard the story? I think it's from season 3 of the original Star Trek. They couldn't afford to give the actors raises, or they couldn't afford to give like the supporting cast raises. I think like Shatner and Nimoy got more money, but they couldn't afford to give everybody a raise, so they gave their characters promotions. Like James Doohan is supposed to give a that, Scotty's a full commander now. I'm not making any more money, but
Yeah, they tried the same thing with Will Wheaton, as I've heard him say. I think.
Yeah,
he was like,
"We're gonna
"You
give
want to
him
give me a phony promotion
They're
on
gonna
a
make him
fake show?"
full lieutenant.
Like, how about
for
you give me
season
some
4.
money?
Yeah,
Like, there ain't no such thing as a Starfleet ensign. You think I want
You
some
can't
money?
have time off to do movies, but
right. That's what it
you
was.
could be a full lieutenant.
We'll let
Yeah.
you stop wearing that gray uniform with
Yeah.
the pants that don't even close.
Oh God.
I imagine him just like in the negotiation, knocking on the bridge wall and going, "This is plywood.
Yeah,
This isn't a real
I'm not
spaceship."
really an ensign in anything. Give me some money.
I would have still took the fake promotion though, but that's
Well,
me.
that's why they would love you,
Uh,
Albie. They would love you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go with match of the night, and then we'll do our rating out of 5. So match of the night. Now, I think it's going to be different for me and you guys.
Yeah.
So I'll start off. I guess my match of the night was the cage match.
Oh,
I really
it's
enjoyed
definitely
it.
going to be different.
It is going to be different. Yeah.
Yes, I kind of guessed that from the discussion. But like I said, I like Seth, and I have a newfound appreciation for Braun Breaker. After seeing him in real life, kind of in that workout session with Big E, and I just love Big E. So I think like when I see Big E, I just want to give him a hug. So I think Braun got a little bit of the rub from Big E on that interview.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Yep. Talking about eating DiGiorno pizzas. Except they work out afterwards. That's my problem.
You got to burn off those calories, baby.
Yep. Match of the night, Matt.
Ooh. Was it the main event? It might have been the main event. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the main event. And I think part of that again was the crowd coming alive during that match. And also, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Gunther, 3 incredible wrestlers. And they put on a show. And as Steve said, we got a double powerbomb through a desk that didn't quite break the first time.
They said, this ain't going on Botchamania. I'm breaking this.
injuring audio guys that are trying their best, but not
just
doing it.
keep out of the way, man. Get the out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the main event too, for all the reasons you just said, Matt. Although honorable mention to Trick versus Ricky, because I liked especially the finish. I really liked the finish of that match. But yeah, I would go with the main event for match of the night as well.
All right, rating out of 5. Let's go with superstar Steve Shives. Silly objects from the show tonight.
Yeah, what's my silly object?
There weren't many.
There weren't a whole
tonight.
lot. Yeah. Maybe a Chelsea green concealed under the ring. I'll give it 3 out of 5 hiding Chelsea greens.
Very good. Matt.
Was it on, it must have been on SmackDown where she had the bedazzled kendo stick?
I think.
And then
Missed it.
I think she came out, hit B-Fab in the stomach, and then looked at the kendo stick like, oh my God, that was really powerful.
Yeah.
And then tried to get in the ring with it, but caught it on the ropes and it bounced out of her hand.
Yeah.
And then she was, that was
great.
was delightful.
Because she runs in to make this big baby face save, and then she goofs it up because she's still like a goofball. Yeah. Yeah.
I would give this, oh boy. I would rate this out of, oh boy. I would rate it out of Michael Cole telling you the wrong date for the Fanatics Fan Fest and clearly being instructed to correct himself multiple times. It's happening in July, everyone. So of those instances of Michael Cole misremembering the date of Fanatics Fest, I would give this pay-per-view 3 out of 5.
Yeah. Wow. I'm going 3 out of 5 as well. I enjoyed it, but it was just all right. It was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't shout. I didn't jump up. I wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't, but it was nice. I don't think it was bad. So I'm going to go with 3 Chelsea green flowers in her hair.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, I love the flowers in her hair tonight. And the boots. I almost went with the boots. Did you see those boots she was in?
No, I was.
They were like
notice.
Were they
platform heels. It was crazy.
Were they like luminescent like her outfit? Were they the same kind of material?
I think they were just white.
She makes all of her gear. I wonder if she makes her Saudi gear. I feel like she doesn't. I feel like they have to have that made by somebody else.
I thought that
to
tonight. I was because most of them have to pay for their own gear and they have their own people.
Yeah.
I've seen many videos on Chelsea Green and her different ring gear and like who helps her with this, who makes her hats, and how she designs things. But when you're watching them in Saudi, I feel like the company makes them for them.
Here's what you're wearing.
I really do. Yeah, because they're all similar, like made by the same team, maybe just in different styles.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Here's what you put this on and get your ass to the ring.
You know, it's a good wrestling show if you're thinking, who made that gear?
I always
when I was watching WrestleMania 3, that's all I could think about.
It's like the big yellow underwear and a big black singlet.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder who made Roddy Piper's Roddy Piper's plain blue tights. I wonder.
Yeah.
Where did he
Things
get
weren't
those?
as exciting back then. Yeah, now you have all kinds of feather
Ricky
boas and
Steamboat's white
sequins.
tights. Boy, I wonder who made those.
They just didn't have their own stylists back then. Sami Zayn, he had like space tape spandex pants.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, he used to just
Okay,
wrestle in
next time. We're talking SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's a 2-night event, but before that, we had a person comment on one of our videos about maybe us doing some classic wrestling pay-per-views, maybe in between the regular pay-per-views. Did you guys have a thought on what we should cover?
First of all, now's the time to comment to get us to do whatever you want because there's not enough comments. So let us know. If you're
We'll
paying
do
attention.
whatever you say. Please just watch.
Second of all,
watch this in our OnlyFans.
This is an exciting prospect to me. As I have said over and over again, and I'll say it another time, there's a part of my brain that was itchy for so long and I didn't know it. And it was the part that wanted to talk about wrestling on the internet.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Yes, same.
Because when you're a wrestling fan and you don't have a ton of other people in your life who are also wrestling fans, you want to talk about wrestling and you don't get a chance to talk about it nearly as often as you want. You got to get, as my friend Jason would say, you got to get the poison out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's great to talk to people who understand what the hell you're saying. References from 1983 that no one else would know.
Who the f is Pat Patterson? Why do you keep talking about him?
He invented the Royal Rumble, guys.
He was really important. He was the first Intercontinental Champion. How dare you?
Continental Champion. I was just going to say that.
He won an imaginary tournament in Rio de Janeiro.
Yes, he did. It's canon.
It's canon.
He beat Bobo Brazil.
He beat Bobo. Sure he did. Of course he did. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. But yes, I'm excited to talk about whatever. Did Steve, did you have an idea of what to watch?
Yeah, Steve had a great idea.
Well, I thought going forward, if we could do like an old version of whatever the next show is. So if the next one is SummerSlam, then we do like a classic SummerSlam. I don't know if you want to do like the first SummerSlam or SummerSlam
what would
91
be a great one to talk about
with Brett versus Mr. Perfect, or there's a bunch of classic, like there's some really good SummerSlam shows from throughout the history of it. So
I am absolutely game to talk about whatever SummerSlam you want to talk about.
All right. So maybe we'll pick a SummerSlam. So look for that in a couple weeks, probably.
We'll pick the worst one, the one that had no good
SummerSlam in the comments.
Yeah. Tell us
which SummerSlam would you like to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one would you like us to talk about?
But I would like to say it's like for the off pay-per-views, like the Clash of Champions, not so much because we just had that was really King of the Ring.
Yeah.
But like for the weird ones where they don't have a classic equivalent.
Right.
I think maybe that's when we should like go back and do Great American Bash 2 or something.
Yeah. WCW.
I would love to do like some classic bashes because some of those bash shows are amazing. That's when they used to do War Games. War Games used to be a Great American Bash thing. Yeah.
That's right.
One that sticks out, Bash on the Beach.
Well, which one?
Yes.
Well, the one where Hogan won the title, or the one where
didn't he always?
Hogan? Yeah, the one, the Bash at the Beach where Hogan won the title. You know that one. Because he won the world title in WCW for the first time at Bash at the Beach, and then Bash at the Beach,
right?
96 was where he turned and joined the NWO.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then Bash at the Beach 2000 was when Jeff Jarrett just laid there and let himself get pinned and killed the entire company.
It was when the company had a heel turn.
The company had
everyone was out.
That is still awkward to watch. That and Russo talking afterwards.
It's just everything about that was just so hugely miscalculated.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
I'm excited. So let's tell us which SummerSlam we're watching, and I cannot wait to talk about it.
That's what we'll do. And then after that, we got WWE SummerSlam 2026 takes place in it's a historic 2-night event, Saturday, August 1st and 2nd.
Why?
So it's going to be hot.
Yeah. Why did they decide to do?
Let's make it 3 nights. You can't have enough SummerSlam. Let's make it a whole week. Let's just do 7 straight nights of wrestling.
I would hang out with you guys for 3 nights.
I can't wait for the crowd. The Saudi Arabia crowd for WrestleMania is going to be so interesting to me.
Yeah.
What is that crowd going to be like?
I don't know.
Will they?
Is it going to be an international crowd, or is it going to be just Saudis?
Are they going to be as excited as the wrestling fans in London are going to be pissed because they didn't get it? The first international WrestleMania in like 30 years
in Saudi for WrestleMania.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
He wasn't there tonight.
Green Shirt Guy's not missing a WrestleMania. Yeah. Well, Green Shirt Guy also is aware that maybe the ceasefires in the region aren't holding.
Yeah, he's going to just let.
Yeah, I was worried about earthquakes. It's earthquake season, isn't it? That's crazy.
Is it earthquake season in Saudi Arabia?
Well, now that he's in the Hall of Fame, it's always earthquake season.
That's true.
Oh, that's true. I met him too.
We need to have earthquake season and Riyadh season in the same place at the same time.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna
earthquake and typhoon. They came to a local high school gym around here.
Oh, cool.
Oh my God, love John Tento.
Yep. I didn't get to work with them, but I got to hang out with them. They were just nice.
He always seemed like the greatest guy. I'm sorry I never got to see him work in person.
Yeah. So I always go to those local things, and because they always got like 1 name, 2 names maybe, and the rest.
We used to have we used to have independent wrestling events like that around here. They don't happen so much anymore.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. I think it helps that I'm in Florida.
Oh God,
Florida
I'm
is
sure.
That's where everybody grows up and trains.
It's like the hotbed. Yeah, it's like one of the only.
I hope that I hope this show gets to a point where we're all just like, I think we should go to the next big show in Florida or something. Do you know what I mean?
That'd be great. Yeah. I'm all for it, as long as it's in Florida.
Albie's like, as long as it's in the place where I live. It's like we should all go to a show in Baltimore sometime. All 3 of us.
We should all go to Maryland.
We should all go to a big Baltimore.
I'm happy to. My in-laws are in DC, so I can.
There you go.
We can make that happen.
Sure,
we can
do that, and then parents are in Florida, right? So,
my parents are in Florida too.
I was this close. I was this close to trying to get tickets to Cena's last match because it was in DC.
Yeah,
and then I saw how expensive it was, and I was like, I don't want to see it that bad. I'll watch it on TV.
It was not the last match for me, but it was like he was in Tampa. I think Tampa. And it was just like $700 for me and Serenity together.
Yeah, I can't do it. I mean, the last like big like wrestling show I went to was like 10 years ago, and it was in Baltimore, and it was like one of the off-brand WWE pay-per-views, and it was cool. It was great. We got like cheap tickets and just sat in the very last row, and it was great. But nowadays, like those same seats would be like $300. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I actually forgot how expensive tickets are.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Scratch what I just said. The show would have to become
maybe one day, unless we get
popular.
an angel investor that really believes in it.
If anybody wants to pay for us to go to a wrestling show together,
do you want pictures of our feet? Let us know.
If they buy, we'll fly.
There you go. That's the deal.
That's what we'll do. So SummerSlam is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yes. You think the accent is going to come across in the crowd chants?
No,
they don't do that. No.
It would be funny if, like, behind the hard cam, everybody looked vaguely related to Brock.
Just like a lot of
any predictions for SummerSlam?
A lot of Vikings fans in the crowd tonight.
Yeah.
SummerSlam predictions.
Because I think Seth was saying like he's not going to pick who he's going to fight at SummerSlam because it depends on who Oba picks. I think.
Wait, Seth doesn't get to pick anybody. Does he?
Seth didn't win no title
like,
shot.
What's his next? What's his next
What's
thing?
his
he
next?
wants
Yeah,
to do?
I
They're
love that.
asking him.
Boy, that's some entitlement.
Yeah.
Oh.
He wants to go for a belt.
I
but
assume
Oba
I'll
has
get a
first
title
choice.
shot, but I'll wait for Oba to choose.
Because he's Seth freaking Rollins.
I know they want to do the Cody Punk. They want to do that feud, which I'm into, but I'm not as into it with no title involved.
Same here.
That's interesting.
Same here.
And I think that the Oba Brock blow off is going to be interesting, and it'll be very cool if they do a night one. He fights Brock and wins,
That's
and then
true.
night two he gets a title.
Because it's 2 nights.
You know?
Yeah, they could. You know what? Now that you've
Yeah.
spoken that into the universe, I kind of hope they do that.
Yeah.
How do we cover it? It's 2 nights. Do we do it just on the second night? Do we do it 2 nights in a row? How does that work?
I mean, look, you guys are East Coasters, so it'll be late for you. I don't care. I'm happy to do it either way.
I have no sense
we
of time.
can do. We can do it like we did WrestleMania and just do both nights at once. Unless that doesn't work.
Yeah,
that
sounds
would work for me.
Hey,
if that doesn't work for either
you know
of you,
what?
we can do something else.
4-hour megapods are right up my alley.
Hey,
Yeah, works for me.
yeah. As far
Love
as
it.
predictions, I do think I feel like Roman is losing his belt. I don't know if he's losing it to Oba, but I feel like Roman is just kind of having a run, like a summertime run, and I feel like he's losing it at to somebody at some. I don't, but I could be completely wrong, and I think they're probably going to do Sammy versus Cody. For that,
interesting.
I would
Okay.
guess.
Yeah,
I don't.
I could watch that.
They might go something completely different, but I feel like they're going to do Sammy and Cody 1-on-1, and fingers crossed they're going to do Gunther and Aldis, because otherwise, why did they do that? Why did they do that deal? You know, on the
I want
poster?
Sammy to retain for a while. I don't want him to drop it right
Oh yeah,
away
he might.
at the next
Sammy might
pay-per-view.
win. He might beat Cody, but I do think they're going to do that match.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my guess.
Then otherwise, yeah.
Because otherwise,
guess
what's
we'll see
Cody
with
doing?
that.
That's the other thing. Like, what's Cody doing? Unless they do bring
Right.
Punk back like now and just fast forward straight to that. But like you said, Matt, if that's not for a title, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal. And also,
Yeah,
isn't
you have to wait
isn't
till he
Cody
has the
versus
belt
Punk
back.
at WrestleMania? I mean, like that's a huge match. Like that's one of the
Yes.
biggest
that's
matches
gotta
they
be.
could do right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So they work towards
Yeah.
that.
Maybe,
But that does leave, like, what is Punk doing for
Yeah.
SummerSlam? He's got to be doing something.
he's home for his wife. Like, just let him take a vacation.
She's a lovely
She's
lady.
a lovely
yeah, I
lady,
think so.
and they seem like they're very happy
Yes.
together. Let him
Yes.
let him stay in Chicago for a while. I did, it's funny. I
Yeah,
do
they-
this. I have a friend who is in Chicago now. Actually, I think for the American Library Association convention,
Mhm.
and I told her, I said, "Have you seen CM Punk yet?" Because like whenever I had this thing when I was younger, like if someone I knew like went to a city that I knew a wrestler was from, I would always ask if they saw the wrestler. So like my grandparents would go to Memphis and I'd be like, "Did you see Jerry Lawler while you were there?" Because in my head I was like, everybody must know Jerry Lawler in Memphis. He probably can't even walk down the street. And like CM Punk, he's like the king of Chicago. Everybody
I will
must
say
know CM Punk.
I've driven through Death Valley to go to Vegas quite a bit, and I've never seen The Undertaker.
The Undertaker, well,
Never seen him.
I think they don't.
We were in Memphis. I went to his barbecue restaurant, Jerry Lawler's barbecue restaurant, just to hopefully, like maybe he's visiting. But no. I was like, "Is Jerry here? Is he in town? Is he
Where's
around?"
Jerry
Like,
Lawler?
But what was cool about that is we got a picture of Serenity drinking one of their barbecue sodas or something, and the social media actually reached out for them, and they asked if they could use Serenity's image for part of their marketing, and we said
cool.
yes, of course. So she ended up in some of their marketing.
That's cool.
Little blonde girl
I was just
eating some
thinking, like, I
barbecue.
mean,
I don't know. Is Jerry Lawler involved? Am I
You
going to
just-
let my daughter? I don't know.
He lives here in Fort Myers.
That's exactly where I
He
was
lives here in
going.
Fort Myers.
That's exactly where I was going. I was going to tell Albie is if your underage daughter was with you, it was probably better that Jerry wasn't around.
Well, she was in an ice cream commercial too. She's done all that kind of stuff.
I
So.
mean,
Well, la-di-da.
I'm
She's
just
a
saying.
superstar. All right. Any other final thoughts before we go? I think we covered all of Night of Champions
I think
2026.
I think we put on a more entertaining show than WWE this week.
We might have. We went through the table the first time.
That's right.
Okay. Steve and Matt, tell people where they can find you on the internets.
I'm sure I'm in a data breach somewhere. Just take a look.
You can find my credit card number and everything.
Yeah, or whatever.
So security.
At Matt Mira, MattMira, on pretty much everything.
Cool. You dusted off the Twitter. I appreciate that.
I did to tweet about this here show because it brings me joy to discuss wrestling on the
Yeah.
internet.
Loved it. Thank you.
YouTube.com/Steve Shives, where I talk about Star Trek a fair bit, almost never talk about wrestling because nobody watches those videos. If people watched my wrestling videos, I would do them more often, but nobody watches them and I have to make a living.
That's right.
You got to do what sticks.
I got to do what sticks, but I still talk about it sometimes. I
like when you work it into your other videos.
And to the 2,000 people who watch those videos, thank you very much. God bless you.
The Star Trek's for you. Yeah. The wrestling's for us.
I got it. I do one for them and one for me. I want to talk about wrestling.
I love when you're talking about something completely outside of wrestling, but you'll drop a wrestling reference.
It comes out. Like I said, it's poison in my blood, and sometimes it just comes out. I'm like, I'm going to say babyface. I know I don't have to. I know people might not know what that means. I'm going to say babyface.
Yeah,
Great.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow both Matt and Steve and us here. If you want to see another one, let us know. And let us know what SummerSlam to cover down below. Check out the Patreon, members, gifts. What else can they do? They can hype, right?
Hyping is a thing that can be done
and
now.
They hit damn well better.
Yeah, all the things down the bottom. Shop, hype, like, subscribe.
Ring the bell
donate.
icon, guys.
Yeah. Click the bell, buddy.
That's the one. You said the thing. Thank you. All right. So for Wrestle Trek on Trek Exploration, I'm Albie.
I'm Steve.
I'm Matt. Oh, that's Steve.
Whichever
one. You just.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.